What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
Brian's hands and Mike's hands. Take it away, Brian.
Okay. So I've been doing a small blind. I've decided to switch to a small blind, um, like limp range when there's a button straddle. Um, and I thought this hand would classify. I was gonna go super linear in this and think basically like my very top of range is my limp raise range for a in straddle pots, and that my other and then I have like I would put this in my limp calling range just because of the way like I don't know the table that well. I don't know the players yet. This is my first time playing up with them, so I don't know how they play, but I know in general, when people raise off of the straddle, they tend to do it with a much more linear range and much stronger hands. So I just call here. This is the guy that I know plays for a living. He usually plays just whatever the biggest stakes that are offered there are, and I think 1-3 was the biggest game going on that day. So he was playing 1-3. He's super deep. He's got me way covered. He's probably got like 2,700 in front of him. This guy's pretty shallow. He is an old guy that I had seen earlier, triple barrel. Um, and he seemed slightly tilted at this point. So that kind of makes me think. So he goes and he raises his straddle, which I just don't know them well enough yet that I want to start. I would love to force him out and isolate this guy, but I also know like there's two things that are conflicting right now is that one, he's raising the straddle, which he might just be doing because he's straddled all the time, but he's also raising it with last act, which is the most likely time that they're just going to check it and let it go through. So I'm kind of in between, and he's also tilted though. So like he might just be doing this to try and because he's angry, or he's doing this because he's just, like I'm conflicted on whether I want to three bet this hand, which I was thinking that this would be in my limp call range a lot of the time, and then I would just go super linear with my limp raising range, like ace queen plus, and then probably like jacks plus, tens plus in my limp raising range.
Seems like a
But
better limp call than limp raise.
okay, that's what I did. I called here, but I was kind of
Uh,
I was in between because I was like, if he's doing this light, I can three bet him. He's not going to fold, and I can just get here with a better hand a lot of the time. But he's also, I don't know, it's the conflicting information, that he might be doing this light, but then also part of this tells me he's usually doing this stronger since he's last act. So it's a back and forth in my head, but we end up I call and then he calls over here. And that's just what I was saying. He's a definitely a for-profit player, plays for a living. I know that, but he has some weird things that he does, like limp, a lot of like decent. He doesn't do a lot of limp calling. He usually opens, but he does have a limping range that he uses.
yeah.
So, which could be for, he could have a valid reason to be doing that. Um, so I check, we flop top pair. I check, he
Ooh,
checks,
I don't. Oh, good.
and then
I like
and
that.
then this guy bets basically pot. So I'm just calling here. I don't think I have any reason to raise.
Nope.
And then this guy calls again behind. So this is where I thought it got kind of interesting. Not much happens after this. So then we turn two pair, 8-9 gets there.
nice.
And I'm kind of in between here because I know this guy's capable of triple barreling. So I'm like, if he opened light and then just was stabbing big on the flop, he is capable of barreling, but I saw him do it in the one player, not two. So I don't know how often he's gonna go. And when he bets the flop, I think his range consists of, ace X, possibly some. He's got ace X. I don't think he might not bet a lot of his 7X and stuff like that. Maybe I think that he basically has, because there's not a lot of draws. He could have straight draws. He could have had like stuff like 8-9. It's just really an odd spot here. And against most, like in my previous game, I'm gonna donk here often because I don't want to give it a chance to get checked through when they bet and two players call. Some of their ace X gets kind of squeamish and doesn't want to continue to bet here, but it will call a raise. So a lot of the time I'll just donk here when I turn, a play for stacks hand like this.
I would expect that's also true at this level. Because
That's what,
that's still true at the 2 5 10 3 5 10.
yeah.
So I think this is going to go check 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 a lot.
Exactly. And but part of also what I was going through my head here is that there's only really one draw that completes. So like his strong aces that get here. I mean, like I think he has basically it comes down to he has a lot of air that stabbed is what I think, and maybe some like marginal if he had something as strong as pocket kings, queens, jacks that maybe stab one time and then shut down whenever it calls around. I think he has a lot of stuff like that here and ace X because there's just not a ton of draws for him to have here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so the only one draw completes. His ace X is not going anywhere if I bet. I mean, I don't think I'm going to get his jack X to bet anymore, and they're not going to call a lot more sizes. We have one player in between. Um, I think that I want to just bet here often, which I did, and it
Good.
goes fold, and this guy tank folds then. And I was kind of like in between because I know the guy's capable of bluffing. My only thing is I just don't know if he's capable of doing it into two players. But he did tank. I mean, he could have just been putting on a show. He might have stabbed with absolute bullshit and didn't want to, let everyone know and didn't muck right away. But he sat there and tanked and tanked and tanked and then folded. But I mean, that was my thought process here. I think it's valid, but I also think there could have been definitely been some value in just checking here and possibly giving this guy a little bit more rope to try and go after it. It's just, I just don't know if he's going to be doing that into two players.
Right. So I would assume that he's not until you see it in a different hand from someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you did. I think you did fine. I think it's very possible that neither of them had an ace and no more money was going in, no matter what the line was.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's kind of what I was.
yeah,
th- It's not like a ton to this hand. This is the thought process behind the donk. I think the donk was good. I mean, right here, I mean, maybe I like the size too, because I think that we can get, I think that maybe some backdoor club draws. I mean, this guy is a thinking player. Some backdoor club draws that get there might be willing to call this size. If I go much bigger, I think I just force those out with only one card to come. And I
yeah.
don't think ace X is going anywhere. This is the most likely ace X holder. And I mean, actually, he's got plenty of ace X, like suited aces and stuff. But I mean, he just doesn't have a lot behind. So I can go 100 here and just get him to basically commit once he calls this bet. I mean, if he has an ace, I just have his stack fully committed by the river.
Yeah.
That's kind of the thought process here about
So
going
let's
100.
so let's go back one thing on that size. Okay, so the pot is 168. What's the smallest you can go that commits his stack to the river? If you go 50 here, pot is 268. He's got 195. I think I like 60 I think I like 60 better than 100 here.
Okay,
Because 100 says emotionally, I'm not fucking around.
that's true.
And 60 says,
Now,
60 says,
s
really? Really? Do you really have an ace?
significant sizing has definitely been different in this game,
Yeah,
with 100 being borderline. Like in 1-2, that's a massive size. In
right.
this game, that's a, kind of standard since it plays so deep. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not a massive size.
right.
I'd seen plenty of bets around that size that were, I mean, this guy, when he did the triple barrel, he half pot 100 on the river, which I'd almost never see in 1-2, even if it was a bluff, like they're going to go smaller because 100 is too significant for them to put out as a bluff.
Right.
So just adjusting to that. But yeah, I agree. I think maybe 60 is good
Right.
because he's never folding an ace to 60.
Right.
And by the river, is he really going to lay it down when it's, what is that, 280 in the middle and,
Yeah.
or
And
yeah, 300.
because he's so short, it's because he's so short that I think you can go um that extra small there. But I mean, there's no one at this table who thinks you don't have an ace when you bet. They may not know you have two pair, but everyone
Hmm.
knows you have an ace. And
Yeah.
if they can't play against an ace, there may not have been any more money.
Yeah.
His big size also, his big size represents for many people the one and done.
Hmm. Yes. It could have just been the big stab to try and take it
Right.
down. And then,
That's why he bet big. Let's
yes.
and he was done with a hand, maybe. Maybe his
Hmm.
tanking, the tanking says something, but whatever.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, it could have been, him just putting on a show because he didn't want everyone to know. Oh,
Yep.
okay. Um, so here we have Jack six suited and it limps around.
Right.
I think this is a fine. Just check it.
Yep.
Let's
You have
see.
exploited the crowd by seeing this flop. That's the exploit.
Yep. And then we flop bottom two
Yay.
with on a wet dynamic board. So we check and then we get a $15 bet, which over bet or not, it doesn't really matter.
Mhm.
He's got, you know,
Yeah.
that's just it's still a small size.
Right.
But now we get a raise here. And, I'm thinking she seems to play pretty straightforward here. Like I think she's got a lot of king X that just doesn't want to see more cards come off. But even though this is a really tiny size, I mean, I haven't played with these players, don't know much about them yet, but I would classify this as obviously a pretty strong hand here. Um, and all of her king X I kind of want to pile in money against right now before a club comes off or anything else comes off. And he's super short actually. Like he only has like 200 here. And he wants like he was pretty gambly too. I'd seen him do plenty of like jamming and calling off jams with, second pair and stuff like that, just getting the money in because I think he was pissed off he wasn't getting cards. So I mean I raise here, which and I get they both fold. She claims to have folded ace king. So maybe I need to give a little bit more respect to that this player is capable of folding a strong hand and go smaller here, is what I was thinking. Um,
I mean, it's a wet dynamic board. I think that as you said, I think that you benefit from equity denial. I think generally we see that we benefit from fast playing the two pair
yeah,
and denying equity. I mean, sometimes, I mean, yeah, I think your play is good here.
yeah, I
You're
was
gonna get
kind of
value
thinking,
from their. It's gonna be hard for anybody to fold like a flush draw here. It'll be hard for anybody to fold a straight draw with a club. I think we benefit from fast playing.
that's what I would think. Yeah, I thought there was just plenty of inelastic hands here. I mean, I thought even a lot of, King X is going to be very inelastic here to one bet. Um,
Yeah, a lot of her stupid. I mean, this is a stupid race size she's using. A lot of this stupid race size is going to call you.
yeah,
I like this fast play.
Right. We are
I think.
super deep, right? We're 200 big blinds deep, right? To
Yeah.
start.
No, this guy's kind of shallow. She probably has about 400 in front of her.
Okay. Let's do this.
I think he has about 200. She has probably about 400 in front of her. I'm definitely the deeper stack here in this situation.
All right.
Effective is, yeah.
I want to show you something stupid here. Real quick on this. This is the only reason that this has any effect. Let me share the screen here. I'm going to steal this just for a second. Okay. There we go. Um, just in Prometheus, even though the ranges are different because this is a limped pot, I just want to
Hmm.
see how bottom two responds to I've got the best hand. Oh shit, I might not when she does the raise, just to see what
Yeah,
bottom
that's
two play
valid.
here. So let's just check this out. So we have where's our
I would have
jacks?
been significantly more concerned if she raised to a
Okay.
real size.
Right. Okay. I got to give us okay. We don't have a jack six suited here. So I've got to let me just I'm gonna
Make it eight of clubs, maybe.
yeah. Okay. More straight draws. I'll make it queen. We have queen six suited. I'll just go
All right, that's
queen six. It's the same kind of thing there. Okay. So let's change that to new solve. Where's the redo? There's the redo. There. Cash 200. Cut off button, big blind, and the board is queen. And let's see what were my suits again?
Wait, do king of hearts, not
Okay.
queen.
Okay, King of Hearts.
and then do Queen of Clubs, six
Six
of
of Clubs.
clubs.
There we go. Good. Now we got
Or
Queen.
was it eight? Was it?
This
Yeah,
works.
they have Queen
This
six.
works.
Yep.
Yeah, this works. Okay. So we check, obviously. He does his bet. She raises. What does. Okay, perfect. It's hard.
It's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, and the size, but you want to know what the size is. The size is big.
Okay.
It's six.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it.
Weighs the 20.
You
It's
weigh,
about pot.
yeah, when you do that, when you choose the raise size, you're not fucking around.
I'm going to
So what else
introduce
does it raise
something
here? It
here
does a
that
lot of raising.
theoretically or maybe exploitatively, like this woman, I'm assuming she's not raising draws, that this is going to be super value heavy. Like she did with ace king, she would probably limp behind with king jack. She might limp behind with king six. She might limp behind with pocket sixes and even pocket jacks.
Hmm.
So when you raise your bottom two and then assume the other guy folds and then she jams on you, are you able to fold bottom two? I would think that probably would be the right thing to do
Um,
because I don't think she's doing that with draws.
if I knew
Or
enough
anything.
about her play style, well, now knowing now, if I did this and she jammed, I would fold often because she didn't even call ace king here, so she's not overvaluing the king. So this is two pair plus, and we have the worst two pair. So, you know, I would say that yeah, you're right. Like in the future, if I'm playing against her and this line happens and and she reshoves over top of me, I probably have to lay it down a decent bit. I mean, I kind of expected to be getting called by stuff like, King X and stuff, but yeah, no, yeah, so in the future, yeah, I've never played with her before though, so this is what I know now.
Yeah. So grab the screen again, just so we can see the hand. Um, I would also say that if either of the other two players are thinking players, if you call this bet and a raise, that's also extremely strong.
Yeah.
But they won't know if that extremely strong is Queen 10 of clubs strong or Jack 6.
Yes.
They won't be able to tell the difference, but you're not but your call there is big and your raise there is
Yeah.
big. So there you go.
And obviously like results oriented, maybe just call and obviously results oriented, they're just going to continue. They're probably going to continue to bet a lot of their kings on the turn. But, obviously if I don't know, I don't hate to play it because I think that a lot of the time, like I want to pile in money against flush draws. I mean, and I want to get, King X to at least call one time here. And, before another flushing card comes as well. So, it,
Your raise is bigger than Prometheus wanted relative to her bet, but her bet is small relative to what Prometheus wanted. So
yes.
your absolute size is right around is makes total sense in Prometheus land. So there's that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and they weren't super deep, so I kind of in the position of like, yeah, I still want to get action from the King X, so I don't need to go, and I don't want to go like, I don't need to go huge to get all the money in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was not too much in that hand, and then okay, so we have King Jack suited, we get two limps in front, I ISO to 25,
Yay.
and then we get that. Not
Okay.
yay.
Let's hit a hand. Well,
Yeah.
but it's easy to play. I don't think we're bluffing into three people. Oh,
No, we're
okay.
not.
That's fine.
Okay. So we get a pretty decent flop here.
Yeah.
Um, this guy now leads
Oh, great.
40.
Super easy.
So I think that they're just calling here is fine.
Yeah.
Um, so I just call here. And this is more of what I'm concerned about. This guy is super tight and passive here. So you know, this is pretty strong here after this. I mean, this isn't a huge size technically for the game in regular 1-2 land. This is a pretty big size for this game, and the way how deep it plays and how big it plays, a lot of people, this is a pretty, seems to be a pretty standard size.
Yeah.
So I'm not reading a ton into it. This can be a lot of 8x, like nothing terrible. Um, Now this guy jams, and this guy I know is capable of doing this with, you know, just
Yeah.
basically any pair on this board. I mean, now I maybe not one goes crazy to say with multi-way like this. Like he jammed prior to me in the night. I had ace 10, the flop came like 5, 8, 10, and I raised. And he checked, I raised, and then he jammed for like 100, and I called him off. I had top pair, top kicker, and I'd seen him do it plenty of times. He had 5 deuce offsuit, and he had bottom pair with
Right.
nothing.
Yeah.
So. But that was heads up, so I don't know specifically here what's going on. Now this
But
guy
luckily,
folds.
good.
Oh,
Luckily, the one thing here though is that every pair is the same to you.
yeah,
You don't care if he has a 3, an 8, or pocket nines. The only thing you even care about, which he doesn't have, is if what he has is pocket kings or pocket jacks. Those are the only
yes,
mattered. And pocket
which
sevens and
he
aces.
doesn't have that.
Yeah, he doesn't have that. His hand is defined.
Yeah, so I'm pretty confident here that I don't have the best hand, but I have a
Oh,
lot of equity. Like I have a ton of equity against this hand. And
yeah.
then this guy jams. After calling next to act, this guy raises, he jams. And now I'm pretty confident that I'm up against a set here.
Yeah.
So I was doing the math on this at the table, and I don't think I have the odds to call with no more money going in.
No.
I didn't. Yeah, I was, and I did it again at home. I was like, was my brain clouded? Like, what's going on? I mean, I don't think this is a ton of draws. I think maybe this guy does it with a draw, but this guy does it with, you know, he's got a set.
Right.
So I just didn't think I could call here.
While you're
And
while you're 33% to make your flush by the river, and your flush is almost always the best flush here. It is uncommon for you to be up against the ace high flush draw in either of these hands. It can happen,
mhm,
but the problem is that 40% of the time that set boats up over yours. So
that's what was, yeah,
40% of your 30% is dead.
yes. I was like, I know that these are dead. Both these cards
Yeah.
are dead.
Yeah. So
And
you're
that any like if this board pairs with any of the cards, like I can't have any heart that pairs the board.
right. Now,
So
the math I just said is wrong, by the way, because Um, he is the, he is less likely to boat up because the guy who's all in for 275, if he
likely has a
doesn't have
pair.
if he doesn't have pocket nines or pocket tens, then he has generally an 8 or a 7, right? And those
Hmm.
are some of the other guys' boat outs. So it's not as bad
Yes.
as that, but still, you're not getting your full 33%, and you're not getting 33% on the money here because he just pushed in for 440. So
Yeah.
you have to fold.
Yeah. So I did fold. I was happy. I wasn't thrilled, but you know, it is what it is.
Yep.
It ends up they ended up running it twice. I would have like chopped up this guy's money because this guy had ace eight. This guy
Right.
had pocket threes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really not surprising at all to see it. Now, did you run this with their exact hands, what the exact equity is? Because these are the hands we expected to see. Done this
What do you
in-
mean? Did
I'll do it.
I don't,
I'll
yeah,
do it
you
really quick.
so yeah,
Yeah.
this guy actually ended up making 2 pair on the first run out and was all excited and flipped over his hand. This guy showed his pocket threes.
Yeah. All right, let me show you here. Okay. I didn't. Here we go. Poker Crunch here. So if we're in with 3 players, we've got King Jack of Hearts, and the fact is, I'm not going to give him a range because they have exactly what we expected them to have.
Hmm.
He's got 3-3, and I'm gonna be really nice to you. He doesn't have a heart in his 3-3. Okay. The other guy has ace eight and doesn't have a heart either. This is like the best. This is the best version of it. And I don't remember whether they did. And the board is 8 of hearts. Read me the board.
It was like 3 of hearts, 7 of hearts, and 8 of spades.
3 hearts, 7 of hearts. And the 8 is going to be the spade, which we're going to make a club because I've already put it in. Okay, there we go. So this is your equity. 27.
Yeah, not great.
27, right? And of that and of that 27 sitting there, your pot odds are bump it dum dum.
It's like 30%
Yeah.
because it goes when he bets. There's 900 in the pot, and I need to call 400, so it's 1300, and it comes out to like 30%.
30%, right? You need 30. You have got 27. So it's not terrible, but it's losing.
Hmm.
And we have properly ranged them.
Yeah.
This is what we thought we were going to see.
Yeah, I was expecting to see a one pair hand,
Yeah,
like a strong top pair hand from the guy on the button, and then
right,
once that other guy jammed, like if he just called, I would expect him to have a lot of flush draws. But
right,
when he jams back over the top, I was like, this is a set all day. He called next to act, and
right,
then got re-raised and jammed over top of it. This is just a set.
right. And look at how much worse it is when that guy also has the 8. When we give the threes another out to boat up. Now you go down to 25.
Yeah.
So, and this wouldn't have been surprising either,
Yeah, no.
right?
Yeah, so I was happy to, I mean, the fold, I was sitting there doing at the table, I was like trying to do the math. I was like, oh, going
This
through
is
it.
this is but this is the very best possibility you could have. This is good. And even this, where this guy's got 2 pairs, so he blocks 2 of this guy's outs, even this is still 28.
Yeah, not great.
Not great. All right. Good fold, good math, good discipline,
All right.
fuck,
Yeah,
fucking luck.
that was all of them.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna be sitting on a bomb pots for the next
Yeah.
week, or next like month.
Right. And had you taken it, the amount of equity the amount of equity you're losing, small, you know,
Hmm.
it's not it's not a giant blunder. It's just a mistake.
Now, when I'm sitting here and I know they're running it twice, like, because a lot of people be like, I run it twice. So, like, if we get in,
You don't care.
against them, you're running twice. And I was like, do I really, does that even affect it?
But first of all, yeah, 2 things about running it twice. One is you don't have to. You're allowed to say no.
Hmm.
You're in the hand and not run it twice. But the other thing is never worry about it. You can run it
Yeah,
twice, not run it twice. It makes no difference to your long term. It doesn't change your long term equity. It changes it changes the odds of that particular hand in funny ways. But
okay.
you just do it. But when people ask to run it twice, if you want to be if you're trying to be a game maker, always say yes. You know,
I
don't.
usually agree to if they say, can we run it twice? I usually say yes. Like that guy that had five deuce when he jammed, he was like, can we run it twice? And I was sure, even though I was pretty confident that I had the best hand. And of course, he hits a fucking two or some shit on the first run out, and then and then I held up on the second run out.
Yeah.
But
So here's the thing
yeah.
to read through. So it doesn't make any difference long term, but here's the way you can feel about it when you look at it happen. You go, when you run it twice and they suck out on one of the boards on you, it makes it
Mhm.
that much less likely they're going to suck out on the other board because whatever card they were looking for is gone,
It's now gone. Yeah.
right? So what you've done is you have lowered the chance of you having a bad beat story.
Yeah.
And
It is
that's,
what it is.
yeah, and that's just fine. And knowing that you're not giving up any actual EV over your life makes no difference at all.
Okay. Yep.
Unless there is one exception. Does the casino take more rake for running it twice?
I am not sure. I don't think it does, but I don't know. I'd have to ask.
Right.
If they
That's
do, then I'm definitely never running it twice.
yeah. And even then, if they do, there's a reason why it's actually not. It doesn't hurt you that much. But if they don't take any more rake, it's totally fine. And that is running it twice is the same as playing it twice in your life. You
Hmm.
see what I mean? And so if you played it twice in your life, you would pay rake on both times.
It's true.
So you're sort of getting free rake for the second one. So in that sense, it's good. Whatever. All right. Brian, Mike, you're up.
All right. Well, you want to see some 100 NL or 25 NL fast fold?
100.
Let me see 100. You got it. Let's do this. Let's do this.
And then after you've done some, you can talk about how you play them differently if you do.
The 25 NL's was on the plane, and so I know I have crappy internet, so I always take the risk of like a hand timing out, which happened actually a couple
Yep.
times.
Oh, I hate that so
I
much.
ran blazingly hot in that 25 NL session just with card distribution. I just got a lot of premiums and stuff. So, all right. So I have these marked hands for the 100 NL session. I haven't played much, as you know, in December, and then just sort of ramping up a little bit. I've only played like 800 hands total in January. So we do this. We go here. Oh, are we gonna hide the dirty word?
Uh,
I'll
I'm
stop sharing for a
getting less.
second.
Yeah, yeah, let's do it. I'm less worried about it. I don't think it's an issue anymore, but let's do it. Hello, Blank. Hello, Blackland and Sutton. Just so you know, feel free to turn your mics on at any time you want to either ask a question or make a comment or tell Mike what a bad player he is or what a good player he is.
You guys hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, yep, we can hear you.
Yep.
Cool.
Gotcha.
Yep. And if either of you have any hands you want to show or ask about, prep them and we'll do it.
Actually, man, this is my first time logging on to a study meeting or group.
Yeah,
So
yep. So you are welcome. You are an equal among equals.
sweet. Thank you.
All right.
I think I got it hidden. All right, good.
Nicely done.
And we'll move this out of the way. Actually, that's fine over there. Okay. So don't really remember too many. They'll probably come back as we go. Here we are. So these are the 100 NL full ring. So we open the 6-5 suited, and we get a call. We get here. He donks. I'm taking a Nuffle strategy here, and I'm going to call. And we get this card, and he goes donks pot. Now, I was at the time, I was like, shoot, I can't read. I don't know what Nuffle does here with this sizing. I couldn't remember if this was a fold or if this was a raise. And if I raise, I wasn't too happy about raising an open ender at this point. I thought this would be pretty good just to take equity.
I missed the flop. What size did he use?
He basically went B50 on the flop, donked B50.
Yeah.
Don't be 50, then sizes up on the turn. I would say that in game, a lot of the time my plan would have been like a lot like yours to just call there and then blast him off. But when he goes to pot, I would be starting to be concerned about turn two pairs and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you know about the Nuffle strategy, Brian. We've talked about that quite a bit, right? So
I know that I just play it based off of what they do when they donk, like the what I understand the population tendency is, and I'm assuming it's pretty close to what the Nuffle strategy is. So basically that like when they continue, you just start to blast them off with your low equity hands, and then you're showed at your like strong premium made hands, you're just gonna let them keep raising into you.
yeah, when you have value or when you have
Yes.
basically any pair almost.
And so oh, with
Um,
any pair, you just let them keep going after you.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
But there is a limit. Like then I couldn't remember if it was like 80% plus or even if it's any pair, no matter what I mean, obviously there's a limit. If they jam, you're not calling with, not calling with 3-4 or ace-4 or something.
Hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, I was just kind of following the Nuffle strategy here, and I'm pretty sure, and I haven't looked back at it yet. I'm pretty sure this is a raise in the strategy. But I wound up just flatting because it was if it was a gut shot, I would have raised. If this open ender kind of made me go, you know what? I'm gonna just kind of take this equity here.
Like a call. Yeah.
It's probably, in theory, it's probably just a fold to, if this was some kind of normally played hand, but we
It
are
was a
dealing with
computer.
kind of a fishy player. Super tight pre-flop though, so, can maybe adjust his range to way more value.
Yeah, I expect solver is actually going to fold to a pot size bet here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we wanted calling, didn't get there. And okay, this one is coming back to me. And this one, it's funny enough because I mentioned the bad internet connection on the plane. This was not played on the plane. This was played in a hotel room. And coincidentally, so what happened was I got this bet. I got this B50 bet on the river. And I was going to raise. I'm raising here. And I clicked the raise button and put it in. It's not going to register here because my internet did something happened goofy with it and it started disconnecting. So
No.
I raised to, I think it was like 45.
Think I
And
like
then
it.
what's that?
I think I like it.
So it's going to say I folded because it auto folded my cards after like not connecting in time.
Uh-huh.
So on my computer, it looked like I raised, but according to the hand history and everything, it just wound up timing out and auto folding my hand. So anyway,
And
I don't know if he would have called or not, but he did have a king, had king queen. So
Ah. So yeah, that's what I was thinking about when he goes.
I think you saved yourself.
Like a lot of the time they do. I think that like we understand about their range when they donk the flop, like half pot or small, they're usually not very strong, like weak top pair, second pair type hands, some draws. And then if they go again on the turn, then now, but like they go again on the turn but small, then I would start to go after it. But when they go bigger on the turn, I kind of start to reconstruct their range as being a bit stronger than just like very weak top pairs and second pair type hands,
mhm.
is what
Nuffle.
I would think.
Yeah, the way I'm reading Nuffle, it's strange. I'm looking at the Nuffle cheat sheet right now. It folds to the pot size bet on the,
Right.
but it says air and no pair, no draw, and it also says draws are treated as air unless they improve. So it's a strange thing, but I
Yeah.
think that it's saying we fold our draws, and
Yep.
and then it doesn't include the fact that you could have a combo draw here, which
Okay. Yeah.
which I assume you wouldn't fold. I assume you wouldn't fold, you know, a straight draw and a flush draw. Yeah. So there you go.
Who hates the raise on the river though? I know Brian, you said you were like you're okay with it, but
I'm like, it's just weird when we get there with it's weird. Like I would say that on the turn, I might be a little bit like I was trying to think about whether I like it or not. I think I did. It's just going to be hard to get like obviously we see his hand here, and I think that we need to like understand that when they donk three streets like this, it's just when they donk big on the turn, it's just so much stronger than the usual. Like a lot of the time they're going to take their showdown with their second pair type hands here and just check. So when they have a stronger hand, I think we just need to watch out for if they go small, big, and then half pot on the river isn't like it's not a tiny size. It's pretty significant, I would say. So I don't know, dude. I mean,
Yeah, he's
I might
got.
have got myself into trouble in this hand too.
Yeah. I like the river. I like the river as a 9 for you because it brings in Queen 10. I like that.
hmm
And
Yeah, I was happy with the river too. Yeah.
right. And I don't like I'm not at all surprised to see his king, and I'm sorry that his kicker is a queen. I don't know if he's thinking that way, but if he's thinking that way, your bluff has less chance of winning.
hmm Yeah.
And
And
also
I was debating on
it's not that
like the
big.
raise size to the 45 that I did, which was basically a pot size raise to versus just jamming.
Yeah, I don't know that I don't know that he's folding a king to that pot size raise.
Yeah, we do. I think maybe I redact my statement after thinking about this more.
Hey, Blackland, Knuffle is a strategy that is employed by a former pokercoaching.com coach named Brad Wilson. And it's a strategy that's out there that's designed around donk bets.
Oh, okay, cool.
I
Yeah, I'm
think
familiar with
Larry may have put in a
that.
link to some strategy on it.
And it's Blakeland, actually, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Blakeland.
You're totally cool, man.
Okay. Oh,
But
yeah.
it stands for Nuffle is like kind of an acronym for neutralizing flop leads. But
Cool.
check it out.
I
It's
think I heard it before. I just couldn't remember where.
next hand. We got a limp from under the gun. An over limp is probably the same player. Yep, that's the same player that had the king queen and donked. And we
I have a
have ace
quick
10 off.
question. Sorry. It does to do with the last hand. You don't have to go back. Can we like make an assumption here that the donk lead on the flop is usually weak, but when followed up by a big size on the turn, it's generally gets put into higher quality hands, and then triple barreled, it's very strong hands.
Yeah, and I think the strategy takes all that into consideration.
Okay. I was about to say, I haven't read through it or anything. It's kind of what I would assume when playing against these types of players. All right. Yeah. I'm just gonna adjust that for future reference.
In this particular player, 42-3. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think even at the time that it happened, I was like, well, this is probably really strong. And not the typical, like it could have been Jack nine on different players that are like, 36-14 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of in the boat that I thought that it was, a weak hand that picked up equity on the turn is what I was thinking more of, like a picked up two pair and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that we need to adjust for that
Right.
because I would
And
have lost a lot of money in that hand.
and then the adjustment that you mentioned right there, Mike, I think is really sensible. So his 42-3 makes him look like a definitely a candidate for nuffling. The one thing is we're nuffling against people who are recreational players. You're not nuffling against pros who have balanced donks. Now, but the very fact that the type of fish that he is a pre-flop raise of 3, I think makes his turn bet very strong
Hmm.
because he's just not an aggressive player. And he's probably similarly not aggressive post flop as he is pre flop until we know better. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, ace 10.
Ace 10 off to a couple of limps, an early position limp. I'm sure I probably ISO here.
What's his limp?
I'll-
Well, yeah, let's take a look. What's his limp? What's
I
his
mean,
open?
he's limp folded a couple times already.
Right. But he's
Um,
but he's limping is he open limping 18% of hands, or he's limping 18% of hands, including limping behind and
two out
including
of 11 hands, he's open limped.
okay.
No,
That-
this doesn't tell me how many times he's open limped.
okay.
This could be limping behind.
All right. He's a 21-4. You don't need to worry. You don't need to worry about him being trappy yet. That
Yeah.
I mean, yes, this can be King Jack as opposed to 10-3 off with these numbers, but your ace 10 is ahead. ISO.
So I'm sure I ISO, although I wouldn't. This is probably like fairly low on the ISO range in the big blind to an under the gun type limp, but I'm sure I do anyway, and I do. Yep.
Yes.
So when we get overcalled in two places,
All right.
no go, no good.
Great.
Get that flop. I'm going to pretty much check range here. Even if I had aces, I have queens. If I had ace queen, I would check most likely. And we get a one big blind bet
All right.
and a raise
Nice.
from this guy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Chronologically, I don't know if I never saw what he had in that hand anyway, but I don't know if I'd played this hand yet or not. Because these are marked in just they're marked in not I don't think they're marked chronologically. Anyway, I'm not super happy about this raise. I don't know if we can fold yet though.
You can fold now or fold on the turn. Your
Yeah.
choice.
The ten of
I think it's
spades
just a
makes me
check.
want to kind of continue.
I mean, I would call one time. It's just basically,
Ten of
this is
spades,
just a regular bet.
the 10 of spades doesn't help you at all.
I mean, it has some backup flush potential
You got backdoor straight.
and straight. Yeah.
Yeah. Yuck. All right.
So you'd fold now, Scotty?
I would.
Mm.
I wouldn't fault anybody for doing that.
Yeah.
And that comes along and we check. He checks behind.
Oh, good.
All right, we have the best hand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm, yeah, and
Not confident.
I'm not super confident yet either. I agree though. I think if we were to
Now we're
flip
fine.
a coin,
Now we're fine.
No, yeah.
Now we're fine.
yep, and I wound up leading this river.
Sure. You're chopping all the time.
And we got to fold.
Hmm.
Oh, crazy. Wow. Better played than me. He saw
No.
the fact that he
Oh,
saw
like
the knowing the one was bullshit, but I'm surprised.
Yeah, but he did it, yeah, into the pre-flop. I guess he just assumes checks are weak, right? I mean,
Yes,
they're
so
not
he's
taking
smart.
that into consideration.
Yeah.
when we go, what about going smaller here?
Yeah, what are you trying? Were you trying to bet him off a
Just
chop?
yeah, because when he checks back the turn here, I think we have the best hand a lot of the time.
Yeah, I
Um,
like I like the smaller block bet to maybe get called by a king queen, to get called by a queen jack, to get called by something like that.
I mean, Mike, were you trying to get him to fold a chop? Was that your goal?
No, I think if I wanted to fold a chop, I'd actually go bigger here. I was thinking he might still call a queen.
Okay. You're betting go back. You're betting okay, so the pot is 41. Okay. Yeah, half pot. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not against a fold here.
Yeah.
I don't want to fold yet. That first bet, it's like just a check basically. So it's facing one bet pretty much.
That's fair. You're, I'm probably wrong. Well, I'm obviously wrong in this hand.
And like if you like overbet or went, pot there, then might start considering it. But I think when we check, that guy bets one big blind and then he raises the 10. It's basically like the guy checked and he's just betting, and we would never fold our ace 10 there to one bet
No,
from
no,
the guy in position.
we were happily calling. Yeah.
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 So we got a short stack limper and 10-5 suited. Uh, Probably would complete most of the time to if he was full stacked here. I don't know. Should we complete to the short stack?
I wouldn't I wouldn't bother, but it's not a
Yeah.
mistake.
Yeah, me too. I don't think it's worth it. I think I do.
Yeah.
And it goes like this. I'm torn between kind of just jamming right now and just taking whatever equity we have here, or just calling and maybe bringing this guy along. And
I think your call is better. I don't think shutting out villain 10's equity makes sense when you're shutting out villain 10's equity for villain 12.
mhm.
I think when you raise, you're helping villain 12 more than you're helping you.
Yeah, yeah. So I agreed at the time. So we get there. Um, he's short. We have two streets. I think I'm probably just going to check it here, and then it goes check check. Unfortunately,
Mhm. Oh, I hope it's not a dime, a heart. Yeah, and then
and then we just do that.
just to be cute, you check again.
Yeah, I don't know if he like. I guess I mean, I was debating. Obviously, we just want to just put in the pot size lead here and get called by whatever King X. But if I'm just hoping for an extra bet from nothing,
Yeah,
probably get called.
probably get called. Yep.
So the passive play, no good, no
Big
good.
scoop.
Yeah, your passive play on the turn was fine.
Yeah. Just bet the river.
Yep, let's bet the river. If he has a king, I'm hoping he bets the river because I didn't bet when the flush comes in and all that kind of crap. But
Mhm.
The thing is, like when he
Yeah,
has a
calling
king,
king.
he
he's gonna call anyway.
sometimes, yeah, he sometimes doesn't bet with his king or his queen, but he's likely just gonna call. So we might as well just put the money in. Because like, what is he expecting you to fold for 8 big blinds?
Yep.
Yeah,
Lost 8 big blinds there.
Leak.
probably,
Yep.
probably lost 8 big blinds there. There's a chance
Big.
he folds.
Okay.
All right.
See if I remember anything about this particular player. He was decently aggressive, and we are kind of deep-ish. This was the player now that we have determined. I think this is chronological. He's clearly a target,
Right, and he
and I
still
feel like
wants.
this person knows this
Yeah.
because
Do
I
you
think
read anything?
he's been ISOing pretty frequently.
Yeah. This hand is good enough to re-ISO against a guy who's aware of how villain one plays. My question is, do you read anything into that inflated ISO size?
I
Has
don't
that
remember.
size? Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember. I feel like this was bigger than it was before. Like I think he was going like, the typical 5 and that sort of thing before, and this was an 8.
Yeah.
So, and we're like the deepish nature here.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not calling.
No, no, no.
It's either fold or raise.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and then
Ugh.
fold.
Fold.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Fuck.
got you.
Fuck.
mhm.
But yeah, but fold.
Yeah. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His
So
fold with three
That's a
bet is 100.
Jacks in the big blind to a 4x open. I don't have, oh, this was my very first hand of the session
mhm.
or of this table. So I don't have any info. And to a 4x from the hijack, pocket jacks. I remember thinking at the time, 5x and bigger, we're never calling. It's always just going to be 3 bet.
Okay.
But to a 3x, 4x, I feel like we get to just flat some of these. Like queens would be 3 bet, but jacks, tens, nines now are just getting defended.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I wound up doing.
I'm confident both are profitable.
hmm And goes kind of be 33-ish.
Mhm.
We have the overpair. I mean, we're still losing to the other overpairs and sets of tens and nines, but he's got all the ace kings, ace queens,
Mhm.
ace tens. So I was torn between raising and calling.
Both are profitable. And I would raise this one on the theory of reverse linear. You have the most vulnerable of your overpairs, and you have the most straight interaction of your overpairs.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to play balanced, where some overpairs call and some overpairs raise, and no overpairs fold, Jax is your best one to raise.
Yeah. And then due to the 4x nature of his initial raise, I was thinking it's going to be more leaning towards he's going to more often have the overpairs and or 10 or set of tens and nines versus like versus air, number one.
Is he a 4x opener? You don't. Oh, you don't
Yeah.
know if it's a 4x opener yet.
Not if that's his like standard or not,
Right.
but
You don't
just
know.
the fact that it's
Got
an unknown making it 4x, I'm going to probably give him credit for more value than lower end of his range
it. Okay.
or lower end of our range.
Yeah.
Check. He goes over bet.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah. This one was more concerning than anything.
Yep.
So, what do you guys think of a fold here?
Make him do 3 streets with his bluffs, and if he blasts off on the river, we just fold.
Yeah. I don't think you fold the overpair yet, but I bet GTO mixes it, but I wouldn't do it yet.
Okay. We check and he checks behind and he's got king ten.
Yeah, there it is.
Right.
Because he still has 10x, he has overpairs, he has his bluffs still whenever he takes that size. Let's make him fire all 3 streets if he wants to get it through.
Yeah, and if I'm saying in my head, okay, I'm diminishing the amount of flushes, diminishing the amount of draws and air,
Mhm.
and giving him more credit to things like 10-9 or a set or overpairs,
Hmm.
then do we adjust that thought that you had, Brian? Like,
I still like want them to go all 3 streets because they just give up with their bluffs so often that they will fire 2 streets, especially when in position, but that third street they just won't pull the trigger again. I mean, this isn't a bluff, obviously. He just checked back because he has strong showdown. But whenever I mean, like you be in situations where somebody will do this where they bet bigger with ace king because they don't want to play ace king. They are fine with taking it down, and they don't want to. They got a great hand, but then when they don't hit a flop, they don't know what to do. So they're like, okay, I bet bigger with my ace king. Okay, he checked to me. I bet small. He didn't fold, so now I bet big one time. And now that he didn't fold, now I'm scared and I'm giving up.
Right. And also, if people split their range, what are the two most common hands that we find in the bigger bet range pre-flop? Ace king and jack jack.
It's true.
Not the only
Yeah,
one.
I would just make them fire 3 streets.
yeah.
All right. Let's take a look. Let me show you one thing before you go on. Go. Let me steal the screen. Okay. We want this one. Okay. Here we go. So what I'm doing, I gave him. He's in the hijack, right? But you think that his
Mhm.
range is tighter and stronger. So let's move him to low jack -1 and play it out that way. That sort of reflects. That's a fun approximation. So he's
Yep.
got. So the board is 10. Read it off to me. It's 10-3-2. Was it? Read me the board.
It was, where are you? Got to go back. It was, yeah, 10-9 deuce.
Of
10 of clubs, 9 of hearts, 2 of spades.
Thank you. There we go. Because the spade comes in on the turn is my memory. All right. So we check range, no surprise, and we're going to give him his
Small
first
size.
what size relative.
He would
2.
be 33.
So he goes small here,
Yep.
right? Our jacks are always calling and very little raising, even there. So even thinking about his saying that his initial size was extra big. Even without his initial size is extra big, our jacks are calling. And in this case, it's because we don't have. When I said reverse linear, I
I
was
would
shit because we don't
I
have.
would consider raising here more
Yeah.
because they're gonna bet bigger with their like queens and stuff like that often.
Yeah.
Like they don't want higher cards to come out. So when they go small here, we're gonna they have their invulnerable aces and kings that they feel more invulnerable with. But I mean, we're gonna find out really quickly when they have those hands. I don't know. I think we can.
But I would like,
Huh.
having seen this, I would like to revise what I said earlier. I was an idiot when I said the thing about let's do our jacks more than our queens, kings, and aces. We
Yeah,
don't have queens,
we'd
kings,
never
and
have
aces.
those.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was just dumb. That was just dumb. All right, so, but let's see. Does jacks do it more than queens? It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We don't have queens ever. All right, so we call. Okay, this was a three of spades, was it?
Three of spades.
Three of spades. Okay, good. And now we check. And now he's going to go big. And his
Yeah, he
son.
went. Yeah,
So the pot of a pot of 10, he went to 16-ish.
basically, yeah. So that
So there's
15.8.
a 16. And now the jacks start folding. And that's what you were thinking about. So yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right in solver land. This makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yep. And we like the call better. And suit wise, unimportantly, um, the
Club. No, check.
yeah, the spade, with a spade you fold more. And
Yep.
that's nonsense. We don't care. You don't need to know that. And I'm claiming that because I bet the EV difference is really close. It's not telling us what it is, but whatever. Okay. I'm going to give you back the screen.
That was it for the 100 NL session that I had marked.
All right. We'll go look at fast fold, but before we go to the fast fold, Blakeland or PP for life or anybody else, anybody got a hand that they want to show or talk about? If so, Maureen, now is a perfect time.
I do
Or
not actually. Thank you though.
okay, no problem.
You guys are way ahead of me on the pretty much everything. So using your poker tracker like that to get the heads up displays, are you just using that on Ignition or something like that? Or
Yeah.
was that is it? So your Ignition, you just tie your poker tracker to whatever site you're playing on, and it'll bring up those heads up displays automatically.
Yes.
Yes.
If you're playing on Ignition, Ignition is the greatest training tool there is in the world because Ignition 24 hours later will allow you to download the hand history with the other player's hand, with every other player's hands, so you can
Okay.
see exactly how they played the hand.
Okay. Wow. So you can actually say that. Well, your poker tracker, Ignition itself will save that for you. So you don't.
Ignition saves that,
Oh
and
wow.
and
That's
and
very
so the way that I don't know how Mike does it, the way that I do it is I have two different poker tracker databases. So
Mhm.
poker tracker, while I'm playing live on Ignition, I'm picking up, I'm playing with a HUD, which is legal. You're allowed to do it. You have to pay for that HUD.
Yeah.
So I have that up. But when but that HUD is not getting is because it's getting live hands. It doesn't show me, I can't see on that one the next
I got
what
what you're
their
saying.
hands are.
I
So
got what you're saying.
I then download it the next day to a different database. So I have this
Yeah.
clean database where I can see
Okay.
every hand.
Okay. That's
And
really
I study the hell out of that. That's what
Yeah.
I like.
Okay, cool. I also play just on like I haven't had the poker tracker heads up. I haven't downloaded before because I play on WBT Global and they have pretty much the HUDs there for you.
Right. Yep.
Um,
That's fine.
that's really neat, man. Also, I'm so sorry to bring this up. What about all the bot things that are going around social media for Ignition now? They're saying there's a bunch of those bot warehouses where they can see all your hands and everything like that. Is that all just jokes?
I don't know anything about it.
No.
Yeah, I mean, Ignition has a history of complaints about bots.
I heard recently, just within this last week, like they put up a bunch on social media on a bunch of poker sites, and it full blown shows like 15, 20 computers all signed into Ignition and Bovada, all synchronized together, showing each other's hands. It was pretty nuts.
Yeah.
But I mean, I
Yeah,
guess there's so
it's
many
nuts.
players, like it's not, it should make a huge difference, I guess, if you're just playing like 100 NL.
I mean, they responded. They claim that this is an old video from 3 years ago,
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
that the accounts that are shown have been
Yeah,
terminated. I mean, pretty much every online poker site
you're gonna have
is
bots.
going to have an issue with bots.
Yeah.
I don't know why Ignition is the site that gets the most abuse or accusations. I don't know why particularly Ignition is the
One thing they don't care about, they are not trying to keep up with security,
Yeah, that
in my
makes sense.
opinion. And,
Well, I'd imagine being worldwide, like Ignition, like it would be pretty hard for them to control all that, right?
yeah, safety online is tough. I think that playing online poker for your money is long term not a great idea. But
Yeah,
Ignition is such a good training site.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
you said it perfect. I'm not trying to become a online full-time player to make a living like that, but it is great to smash online for a few hours and then go play at the casino. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
crush.
Yeah,
Honestly, that's
exactly.
how. Yeah.
And take a look at your own win rate. If you're winning against cheaters, you're
Yeah.
doing okay.
You're doing great, right? I'm going to be crushing as far as casinos go.
Yeah, I mean, I've always assumed that there are people out there who at least have two computers and are sitting at the same table as I am.
Right.
If
Right. That
if
makes
that's
sense.
out there, and if I'm losing money online while it's happening, then I can't beat the cheaters. And so far, I am a net positive online.
Nice.
So
That
so,
is very nice
so
to
far, I'm
hear,
doing
actually.
okay against that, but that is not uh, that is not where my poker income comes from. Is not online, and I play a lot of online hands.
Yeah, and Blake, and don't I heard you say earlier that these bots can like see your cards. That's not the case. That's more of like a super user type of thing situation. That's more fear mongering. That doesn't really exist.
Okay.
Like you said, they could see each other's cards because they're in like the same sort of environment and they can do card sharing, which
Yeah.
obviously is an advantage. But yeah, they can't, they aren't able to see your cards. And we've ran into situations where in our study group here where we go through hands and I think we've identified some like bot play.
Oh,
So,
okay. Wow.
which they can be exploited. And I think we've done it. We've exploited it and
Yeah.
Talking about back raise Betty.
back raise Betty, I think is one of them, you know?
Yeah.
So, but they're kind of easy to identify, and if you dig a little deeper into like these social media sites and like 2+2 and some forums that talk about how they kind of reveal themselves and how you can play
Yeah.
against them,
Okay.
there's a lot out there.
Yeah.
Cool. This is great. This is, like I said, my first time joining one of these chats
Well,
and anything like this. I'm really looking forward to joining more of them and stepping up my game.
we do it 3 times a week.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
We're
So
and we're insane. All right, here we go.
yeah.
All right,
Right.
let's see what you got.
We all suck. Don't listen to us.
So
No,
this was the 25 NL fast fold. So no info on any players. These are all just
straight up. And he's got 20 big blinds, so we're all
yep.
in. We're just
20
pumping.
big blinds. He calls pocket eights. He donks. Now,
Oh,
short
nothing.
stack knuffle
Yeah.
is a little different. And I remember this at the time because I think short stack knuffle in this situation does call.
Yeah. And then
And
folds
we
for
get
that.
and it still wants to call, at least in regular knuffle, we're just calling. Short stack might be different. This is a B50. I want to say it wants to continue. And it starts folding when it's over 50, B50. And then we get this river and he donks or he continues his three barrels. And I'm pretty sure, I even made a note. I was like, I'm pretty sure Knuffle says to call here. I found it folding and I was wrong. Like, I'm not wrong. I think
Yeah.
it was a bad result, but the data says, we've run into this a lot.
Right.
And I should have listened to the data. Yes, you're going to be wrong sometimes, but in the long run,
Okay, so let's look at this for a second and say he's going to do this with a 3, he's going to do this with a 10, he's going to do this with a queen. You lose to the 10 and the queen, you win to the 3, right? If he's going to play this line.
and he's going to do it with King Jack, and he's going to do it with Ace King, and he's going to do it with a lot of other stuff.
Right. And so, well, they may not go for it on the river. Um, so on the river, um, if he has an equal amount of 3, 10, and queen, this is a call because you only have to be right 1/3 of the time, and 1/3 it's a 3, and 1/3 it's a 10, 1/3 it's a queen. But if you throw in that he does it sometimes with his straight draws, the nine just hit him, not for the straight, but he now has a pair of nines also, and with those, now it's a fold.
Yeah.
numerically. And if he does this with his ace king and his ace queen, his ace king, and his king jack, yes, but does he have ace king and king jack at 20 big blinds? He didn't jam those pre-flop to your raise?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I did.
Hmm.
All right.
So that was interesting. I thought,
Yeah.
he triple
Yeah.
barreled with 5-3 or whatever he had.
Yeah.
Queen, we raise, we get called blind versus blind. Oh, this one. Oh my God, this one's funny.
Mhm.
Okay. So I think we played it fine up until the end, and you'll see what happens. We wound up c betting here,
Yep.
and we called. We
They
get
were
that card. I'm continuing. We get called. We get there. I am absolutely continuing, but
yes.
guess what happened?
You got jammed on. No, you
Internet,
timed out. You timed out.
internet, internet goes out on me.
Oh.
I can't do anything. And of course, when somebody sees that you're disconnected, what do? When they
Bet.
don't, and how much do they bet?
One.
Blind.
One big blind. And it auto folds your hand.
Oh, brutal.
Unbelievable. So that's funny.
I
But
think you
that's
would have
that's
folded to that one big blind anyways.
So strong.
true.
Such a strong one.
True.
Blind bet.
That's the risk I take playing on the airplane.
Yes. That shows a level of boredom.
Hey, can we fake
We,
that? Can we fake that goose connection?
Yeah, seriously.
you
Can we
can
do that?
no, it'll time you down.
It
It,
times you down and then sits you out.
right. If you do it, in other words, if you're sitting there and you're doing it and you time it all the way down, you may not get back it. You to push the button saying I'm here, he may get the one big blind in before you push your button, Mr. Angle Shooter.
Oh, so what are you saying? Like it'll time you down, and what happens?
And then you
It's
sit out. It sits you out.
it's a sit
Oh,
out.
so when they immediately bet, you just immediately fold?
Yep.
Yep.
Never mind then.
Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey, just a thought.
It's a thought.
Hmm.
An evil one.
So we're kind of deep,
Yeah.
and we're hijack, big blind defense.
Mhm.
This is an
Big,
interesting
big.
spot because I would check this back a lot. This particular hand, I think I'd really like a bet. But when I do bet, I want to say I want to bet big.
Big bet. Yay. I agree.
Like, and I do. I do the B75, and we get called. And ace turn. I'm torn between betting again and checking. I feel like either's fine, but because we can also still bet the
I like it.
river.
I like a check and a call river here a lot.
What do you got? Anybody else have any thoughts on,
I call.
or you mean check behind, you mean?
Check behind and call a river bet.
Okay, I'll end up checking.
I like it.
And he leads the river for B50.
That's what we wanted him to do.
I don't think I like a call anymore, though.
I it's scary, but that was the reason you checked the turn. Oh, you're a better player than me.
No, not necessarily. I don't know if that's good or not.
Well, we'll see. We'll see in this particular hand whether it was necessary.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean, you're
results. Who knows what
repping
results
pocket
was?
king.
Right.
I mean, results wise, don't
What's-
worry about what results are. Is this a stupid raise? Is this spewy? Or is this,
I think
His
it's
range,
I think it's unnecessary.
his range. I think we like to bluff catch here often, but I'm trying to think. I mean, like it is a line in poker that our Lord and Savior Mark Goon has talked about of the bet the flop, check the turn, and then bluff catch the river for less than a half pot size.
Yep.
Um, so I mean, this is a lot of bluff catching here. I mean, the only question, like, he shouldn't have a ton of ace X that calls you on the flop, right?
Mhm.
So then what is the other hands? I mean, he has, except for his what, his ace high flush draws, which I'm going to use the word blockers. He
Blockers is
shouldn't
a good word
have.
in this case. This is a good case where blockers is a good word to use.
Yep, I'm using it. You block a ton of his ace high flush draws. Um,
But you block. But one of the problems is you block the hands you most wanted him to continue with, which was his flush
yes.
draw. That argues against this, but I don't think it argues against it strong enough to fold.
Yeah, I don't think I would fold. I'm trying to decide whether I'd raise here because I was considering raising when we were looking at it. Oh, don't show it. That was the hand. I don't know why the hell he got here with this hand, but his hands that randomly picked up. I was just trying to think of hands that contained a king that picked up equity that had the equity to call and then got here. I think that honestly, like I like the bluff because of the. I mean, I think you can just get like everything to fold here often because he just doesn't have a lot of aces, but it's interesting.
Why can he not have a lot of aces?
I just don't think he has a ton of aces that call you on the flop when you take the bigger size. He
Ace,
has
ace,
some.
ace ten of hearts,
He called. I mean, he called
ace,
with his
ace
king
queen
flop.
with one club.
Yeah, well, I'm reconsidering considering he just called with king five offsuit with a backdoor
Yeah.
straight
So
draw.
it's a good. I think it's a good bluff because your opponent is thin value betting, as we could see here. So like when you take this line, he's gonna bet a lot of his ace as well.
And he has
I don't.
air here and thin value.
I don't. I don't mind it.
Well, what do you think I think he gets here with air and thin value often.
Yeah, but what air calls the flop big flop bet? Not a whole lot, right?
He has 8, 9, 10, 9. They have wide ranges pre-flop, so they could have not complete air. He also has like deuce X. He has I didn't expect to see this much air. I expected it to be some sort of air with equity. Um,
Yeah, this
but
guy's not folding over, so I'm guessing he would have king jack off, king 10 off here with a club in his hand and betting the sizing. So
I like it because I think you can make almost everything fold. That's why like I like that because I think you can make almost everything fold here whenever you come back over the top. That beats you, which is
Yeah.
okay. He has some air, then he has some showdown value that beats you, and or some thin value that beats you. So, and I think we can make pretty much all that fold.
You think he calls or folds
Well, in
to this
solver
raise?
in
I
Solverland,
think he folds.
in Solverland, you win this hand, by the way, because in Solverland, the first thing you saw, which was good, um, it is a big bet as you surmised correctly on the hijack node. So he checks. We go to our hijack node, and our 5-6 when it bets. What the hell? What is going on here? We're on the flop. Why are we not betting more? We were betting all the time.
because you're on the turn now.
Yeah, you're on your flop node is what's showing.
I want the flop node. I wanted to see. So here's the flop. He checks. We're here with five. Our betting size is the big size almost always. But our 5-6. Oh, what did we have? We had
Six,
Five,
five
six.
of
Five,
clubs.
six with the
we had
clubs.
5-6 with a club, and the board was 7-6 deuce. Or
Yeah.
did I do that wrong? I think I had it.
Seven, six, six,
It's seven
deuce.
deuce
Yeah.
of clubs, six of hearts.
Okay, I'm right. Okay,
Yeah.
so surprisingly, your 5-6 does not bet as often as I thought it did with clubs. But when it bets big, so you're fine. I thought the 5-6 of clubs would bet more often than it did. Fine. So you bet big. He calls. The ace of spades comes on the turn. He checks, and this was the thing that in Solverland we were wrong.
Yeah.
5-6 of clubs always bets. At which point he folds his king. Not that that matters in this world, but just saying that in the
Yeah.
solver you win this hand. So you almost always bet your 5-6. And we're gonna see what the sliver of it does, and it bets big still. It goes 12. So you take the sliver of check. We have not broken the solver here, and you get the king of who cares, right? What's the suit? Not that it matters.
It was King of Diamonds.
King of diamonds. Okay, and now he donks, and he's allowed to donk. And
He's not
It's
donking.
a lead. Yeah,
lead,
not a donk.
yeah, because you check. You're right. He leads into you, and he's allowed to do it, and he does it with king 5 there, and his size was half pot. So let's take this and slide over where. Okay, so ace. I've just given it the king. There we go. Thank you. He bets half pot, which in this world is 6. So we're going to call that 7.3. And at 7.3, if when you get here as a sliver, which is highly unsolved,
You raise everything.
it loves your raise. Okay.
Didn't go big enough though. It wants to go B100 or B200. Does it? Oh, no, there's some B50s in there.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. Pot is 12 and it wants to go to, it wants to go to 60.
Oh, wait. No, it wants jam or yeah, B200.
Yeah. With that sliver that you almost never get here, it just beats the hell out of it. Okay.
Interesting.
All right. I will now stop sharing. And let's see what happened.
No, go further. Another step. We jam. What does he call with?
We're in Sliverland, but I will tell you what he calls with. All right. He
What's the
calls.
worst hand that he calls with?
All right. Let me get back to the thing. We go, let's do the one, let's do the 60. Boom. We raise to 60. And he,
Wow, his kings, all his kings. call.
Re-raising. Okay, that's not
Yeah.
happening.
yeah.
And I suspect most of them are folding.
Yeah, but that's also because they never have that. This is what he gets here with.
So his 2-pair ace-6
Yeah. He's folding aces.
is ace-9.
He's folding out almost every ace that isn't 2-pair. And he's not folding 2-pair.
How about his kings?
He doesn't have them. That's what I'm
He
saying.
doesn't have them.
No,
What?
they didn't do this because it's so hard for him to have a king here. So when we do this and say, imagine he had these kings that he's raising them all as bluffs, this is unsolved because this is his range. He has a little bit of king queen.
Well,
And
What are most of his aces that get here? Like, is it suited aces of hearts? No, it's not with hearts.
That's two
I mean, I
pair.
just
clubs.
go to like yeah, so it's aces, okay, hearts and
Clubs.
clubs. Okay.
He's not even here with the other aces.
Well, that's why I was trying to discount a lot of his ace-x, was that a lot of his ace-x we block by holding 2 clubs, so he shouldn't have a ton of ace-x that gets to the turn there.
Yeah.
Was basically my point in saying that he shouldn't have a ton of ace-x when he gets to the river here. When we hold 2 clubs in our hand, we should be blocking a decent bit of his suited aces that get to that turn. And then they're unless they make a turn, then I think he goes bigger with those suited aces on the river.
so I would argue that the raise that we did here is more profitable.
Oh, yeah.
We have a population that monkey bets a king. And it's if you put pressure on them, it's probably gonna overfold the ace. I mean, even if he doesn't overfold the ace, he has enough kings in there that we can make fold. But we don't know. We'll see. Did he call?
He called.
No, he calls.
Oh, then you're fucked.
Mike, you suck. Go bigger. No, I'm just-
That's the second time we've seen that, actually, to be honest, where I should have gone bigger, like even like should have known to gone bigger.
And sometimes it doesn't matter. So
Yeah, and then
I
some
have
people
I
just don't.
have a hand that I posted. The guy called me. I 2x spot the river. He calls me with ace high.
Well, this guy, but also the guy is the type that just floated you with king five offsuit on a big bet on the flop.
He's a guy
So, I
who
mean,
bent king five offsuit. Let's
would
start
you?
with. All right.
Yeah, he
So,
might not be the folding type.
yeah.
Yeah. So what like what are we gonna do next time when we see this guy? Is we could just race in for value, right?
Yeah, we get all the money from them thin for value. Like I played against a
Because
guy last night that I readjusted to the point of I basically need to hit a flop because this guy does not fold. So as long as I hit a flop, I'm getting all of his money.
Yeah.
yeah.
I always put
So
a note. My note says VBTF out of him. Value
yeah.
bet the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
So like you would you bet the turn again if you had like what was it? It was 6-7 deuce.
6-7 deuce, ace on the turn.
Like let's say if you have ace 8 suited or ace 9 suited, would you bet big on the flop?
Um, if I bet the flop, I would be betting big. Yes, this texture I bet big if I bet.
Okay.
You have ace
So
eight of clubs, yeah. So you bet the flop big with ace eight of clubs.
or ace 8 of hearts or
Yeah.
ace 8 of spades, and then you hit the ace on the turn. Would you be taking this line, checking it back? Or do we do the other exploit because they under check raise the turn at the bluff
I bet
and
the
call too much and we keep betting our ace?
Good question. Because if I had ace eight, I think I would probably check it back.
Yeah, then you could raise the river with against like dumb like that.
Except for when he goes really big on the river.
Yeah,
So
except
when
when
he
he
goes
goes really
small half pot there, you just raise the shit out of him with your ace X because you think he doesn't have ace X and he has a lot of king X or maybe even 7X that he calls with.
or even king X, right? Or even king
Yeah.
X. Like if he's not folding that, it's probably not gonna fold like a
Now,
lot of
now against just population there, if you've got the ace here and you checked it and they bet the river, are you raising your ace eight here or are you calling your ace eight? I'm calling it.
Yeah, population. If I went bet the flop, check the turn, I caught the ace on the turn, I would probably
I would call a bet, but I wouldn't raise with.
well, I'm trying to think if I got in this situation because I'm going to see bet a lot of my range in position here. So, like all my random ace X, I'm probably going to see bet here. And when he calls and I turn the ace, I think probably, I'm going to think he called my thing. So, generally, they're going to have something here. So, and this guy doesn't like to fold. He's wide pre-flop. He has a ton of random ass, 7X that he doesn't want to fold. I would probably continue to bet. And then he has flush draws that just aren't going to fold.
Right.
I would think I would turn my ace eight into a premium. And I would basically say that that's a premium hand now. And we're going to bet large on the turn to target all of his draws and 7X that's not going to fold.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like if I hit an A, I'm probably gonna against sticky players like that, probably gonna keep betting.
Because generally, yeah, against population, if I did, I might just check the turn and then bluff catch the river. But against this guy who's super sticky and just doesn't want to fold, yeah, I'm probably just going to continue to bet.
All right, how about we got king queen of clubs.
King, queen of clubs, and
We bet the flop. That makes sense. The ace comes, he checks. Do we?
Yeah,
well, I'm not going to try and bluff him.
Right. So we can check.
So we
Yeah.
check the turn and try and realize from in
Right.
position.
Then when he bets the river, remember we have the best,
He
which is equivalent to the worst ace.
If he
So
goes 10, I'm probably going to fold. When he goes 6, I might do like a light re-raise here with king, queen, like to like 15, 16.
now what
I don't know.
about not against this guy? What about against
Oh,
reservation? We're just calling the king there, right?
I just call it. Yeah, I just call it
Okay,
king queen on the
okay, good.
river.
All right, sounds good. All right. All right, what we got?
An expansion here
Please.
to a shorter stack,
Right.
and on the button, just really getting a lot more.
Again, frisky.
Yeah, and I don't expand as much in earlier positions, but on the button, I think I'm making pretty big expansions. This is definitely not within range, and it's a 2x to a short stack in an anonymous pool where you don't know who's who from hand to hand. Look at that. This is actually seems like a pretty easy C bet, and I do. We get called.
That's interesting.
Um, I don't know what I do. I think I know what I do if I remember right. But what does the panel like to do here, assuming you guys have played this hand so far? Because it's out
My my
Small
range.
bet.
default my default would be a small bet.
Yeah.
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 Small bet here, like 3 big blinds. Oh, we go to 5. Okay. Okay, he calls. All right, now what does he do? He checks again. So what do we think about his range that gets here? Like weak aces. We think we can discount a lot of flushes. He's got some queen X still, I think. I don't think he's got any three of a kind or full houses.
Yeah,
I think that
not
yeah. How much would I bet if I had a flush and I needed an ace to call?
14
I
to 24. And I don't
think
know the number, but it's that range. 14 to 21. 14 to 21.
that, and I think so now to get that to fold, I might bet 35.
Yeah. And he has enough that you can bet 35.
Yeah. And we save ourselves 10 big blinds.
drum roll.
All right.
Drum roll, please.
Bracket
What does he
bets again.
call with? Oh, does he call you with a king queen?
Predictions?
Um,
No.
he he should be folding. Yeah, there we go.
Yay.
Nice one.
Yeah, I was stepping out there. That 6-3 is not normal for me. So, and that turn bet too would normally be a smaller size. So I was kind of off the reservation.
Yeah. So were you in your mind, were you trying also to get an ace to fold?
Yeah, I think a weak ace
Okay.
would maybe
Maybe just a
fold in some
little bit
frequency.
more. I think a little bit more sauce for the weak ace to
I,
fold.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
putting 21 at the top. I was putting 21 at the 21, and I even said maybe 24 for the call for trying to get the ace to call. So
Yeah.
maybe just a little bit more. Okay.
Okay. I think this one too, I probably should be going pretty big here, especially exploitatively, I think. And I just go B50, which is bigger than the standard B33 that a lot of people would make, but I think I can go B75, get a call.
And describe what it is about it. Is it the board or your hand that's the B75? It's the board, right?
Yes and yes.
Right. And what is it about this board that's a B75?
It's nice and connected and
Okay.
to his range.
All right. Let's take a
A
look.
lot of
Like,
hands that can continue
yeah,
that we
like
have
a lot of
crushed.
stuff. Even when he doesn't have ace nine or ace eight or whatever these hands are, he's got 10 jack and gutters all over the place, flush draws. So I kind of felt like the big size would be ideal, and certainly in an exploitative sense.
Okay, does he check to you?
Oh, yep, sorry. Yep, check.
Okay, so we
Absolutely continue here.
think his range is I like it. I like it a lot.
Call.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of a 3. I'm not happy.
Um,
I don't like that river.
I don't
what
like
is his range that gets here? He's got
But I'm
8x
not
that got here, 9x that got here. I don't know if much of his 8x got here after your big bet on the turn. He's
exactly,
got
but I
missed
don't
flush
hate the
draws.
river.
Yeah. I mean, ugh.
All right. So the first thing we know is this. If you cannot fold to his raise, you cannot bet here. So if you're going to bet here, you have to be able to fold to a raise.
If that's the case, then I need to bet small,
Okay.
right? Or no?
No, no, you can bet pot, and if you're going to fold, if you're going to fold the other 43,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to. But if you're not folding to a raise here, don't bet. Is there anybody who disagrees with that blanket statement? Because it's pretty blanket.
I mean, I would be happy to bet because we think that we're just getting under check raised as a bluff on the river. So
Right,
we bet thinly for value and we fold whenever we get
right.
raised. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's like exactly what you're saying.
yep, yep.
Yep.
And I love when he calls you here. This is the greatest thing in the world.
I
Hooray!
think
Yeah,
we're good
no doubt.
Oh,
often.
oh, we're always good if he calls, right? Yeah,
King nine, bang.
yeah. Okay. So stop for 1 second and let me
EP for
show.
Life did put something interesting in the chat about how that's a terrible spot to bluff.
All right, here we go. Let me show one thing here. All right. Good instinct on the bet size that this is a big bet board. So much so, not only is this when you bet, it prefers the bigger size, it likes pot size in this one, but you don't see very often. Pot size flop bet. So great. And Queens loves both the two big sizes. So nice
Yeah.
instinct.
Slight little bit of the linear, reverse linear.
Yeah.
Daddy's favorite term.
Yes. Yeah. That's there we go. Finally. Finally some reverse linear. Thank you. Then let's
He's
look
been
at one.
waiting all day.
I have been. I have now. Let's look at one more thing here, which is let me copy this. I want to get here's the betting frequencies. All right. Now what I want to do is we're going to change this board to 983 rainbow and see how it changes. Rainbow compared to flush draw. All right. Here we go. He checks. All right. And we first of all on the rainbow board we get to bet much more often. So that's the first thing that we see. Second thing we see is this. Give me a second here to get this, to get up what the little saved thing I just did. There we go, screenshot. Okay. So the difference is you guys are only seeing are only seeing the
Wizard or peak.
the wizard, the peak. You're not seeing this. So let me reshare where you get to see both. Reshare the whole desktop. All right. Here we go. So 983 rainbow bets way more, and the sizings are even bigger. So in this case, for those of you who think I need to bet bigger when there are flush draws on the board, he has more things to continue. I want to charge the flush draw more. That is not a GTO thought that is consistent.
But if we think about it from like a recreational player perspective, then we would want to, right? Like exploitatively.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Um, there the way you could think of it is this was Matt Affleck's argument about it, which also doesn't hold true in the sense of this isn't true across all flops. It's a much more complicated thing, and we have not yet found what the pattern is. But the original thing that we surmised 2 years ago when we were saying, oh, it's a flush draw, so I want to bet bigger. He said when you bet bigger on flush draw boards, you limit their continues to the flush draws. Which range do you want to continue against? They're high equity flush draws only, or do you want to keep in, some of their lousy hands? And so in this particular case, we see from GTO that if you add up all the big bets here, here you've got almost 4 times as many big bets on the rainbow board, and here you've got. Did I do this right? Did I do this right? No, hold on. I'm a goofball. I read it wrong. Let's do this correctly, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so 23, we have 23.2. We have 26. Why am I putting in the decimal points? 26, and we have 11.5. That's the top. The bottom one we have 8. We have 19, 20, and 9. Those are the numbers. So the ratio of bets to big bets is we have this plus this. That is our denominator. This is our numerator, and equals this divided by this. I have to sit up to hit the divided by key. There. So 22% of the bets are small here. And because I haven't put in this, I didn't put in that one. Escape. Here we go. Copy all of that. Copy. Paste. There we go. And it's close enough to the same. You don't need to learn anything. There's nothing to be learned here. All right. Doesn't make a difference. The rainbow and the flush draw, the ratio of big bets to small bets is the same in the rainbow and the flush draw version. And we are now done with this exercise. Back to you.
Mike had to go.
Okay.
Sam has hands that he posted in our chat
Let's
earlier
do Sam
this
hands.
week.
Let's do Sam hands.
It looks like he just left.
Now, did we just lose Sam? Oh, are we going to
Oh my
criticize Sam
goodness.
without Sam
We
here?
we can criticize him without him.
Let's wait for Sam for Friday. We'll do Sam on Friday. Josh, Dean, welcome. If either of you guys have any hands, let us know and we will show them and talk about them. And if not, we'll look at some hands where we can see how they played. I have one hand that I might tell you on Friday, but only if everyone agrees not to comment on it.
Why can't you tell it now?
Because I didn't bother to put it in the replayer yet.
Is it that bad?
No, it's okay. I'll tell you the thing short. Nah, it'll be better in the replayer. It's more exciting. I'll bother to put it in the replayer for you.
Hey, really quick, guys. Is there like a certain days that we do these, or is it just kind of like is there a schedule?
Oh, the schedule, yeah. Monday, Tuesday, Friday, same every week, starting at 9:15, and we generally go about 3 hours.
Sweet, that is awesome.
Sometimes we go 3.5. We've been known to go to 4, and feel very comfortable, everybody, showing up or leaving. You don't need to stay for the whole time, and don't feel that you need to have that sort of commitment to it because it is too long. The reason we do this is some of us don't work during the day.
Yeah.
And don't have real friends.
I'm one of those guys too.
Yeah, great. Then welcome. We've got hours. All right.
That's great.
I'm gonna start playing during the day, so I might have to.
Okay.
I've actually got to get out of here too, but so thanks guys, and I'll see you on Friday.
Bye-bye. All right. Let me do poker try.
Thank you.
So I've played 20, I probably played 30 hours in the past 3. Yeah, I probably played 24 hours in the past 3 days, and all 3 days have been positive and profitable and very happy. I'm really happy about my results right now. Not happy about
Happy
my
about your
life.
play?
Very happy. Most of my play I'm happy about. The one hand I'll show you, I'm very
You say I'm
happy
not happy
about
about
this.
my life.
No, my wife is out of town.
Oh,
That's why I have all this extra time and I'm not enjoying that. But I'm very happy about the results of my play and like that. So here, we'll look at some marked hands. Okay. Replay. All right, and we'll do this in the
Are these
usual.
all from online?
These are.
Yeah.
I play. I play the $100 game on Ignition so that I can gather hands for us to study. Um, and I do okay. I mean, I'm profitable on it, but not particularly. And it's a 50-cent dollar game. I play my regular game is a 3 5 10. So one is $100 buy-in, the other is a $1,500 buy-in. So the amount of money I make is live is absolutely dwarfs what we do here, but it's just so easy to get this stuff to study. So that's what this is for.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So, and this is how we do it, and you guys are all involved. We do this is how we do these hands, which is you're going to all play. So we're going to go around and everybody's going to play my hand. So up first, Larry, you got pocket threes. Let's see what you want to do.
All right, pocket threes,
Yeah.
facing a 3.5. I don't
Yep.
think so. There is a exploit. Did you guys see the exploit that Tombos talked about? Blind versus blind.
No.
So he's arguing that we benefit from free betting a lot at a lot higher frequency than what the charts show because in the blind versus blind configuration, the GTO response to a 3-bet from big blind is to fight fire with fire and to have a much wider 4-bet range in the small blind.
They don't.
But they do not. So then we benefit distinctly from 3-betting at a higher frequency
Okay.
in the big blind and playing in position. I don't know, however, with all that long-winded, that it really matters here. I think we're just calling.
Okay. Let's call threes. Sounds good.
All
game.
right.
He bets.
Oh, we're not folding yet.
Good. And if we're folding here, talk about the three of spades for a second, Larry, for the new people.
Yeah, I mean, the three gives us additional backdoor equity, so we like having the 3 of spades.
Yeah, three of spades is also it's super valuable for one other reason, which is when we have the 3 of clubs, 3 of hearts, we have 2 cards to hit a set and beat his nines, right? Of the 3 of spades and the 3 of diamonds. Half of those cards bring in a flush, so we can hit our set when he hits his flush and lose all our money. That can never happen when you have the 3 of spades. Both your cards are clean. That's why the 3 of spades is so much more. That's why 3 of clubs, 3 of spades is so much more valuable here than 3 of clubs, 3 of hearts. And so
Yeah.
if you are ever going to fold your pair here and you're making a decision, this card matters. Now, there are situations where the card doesn't matter because you're always calling or you're always folding. But if you're ever mixing, don't mix by randomizing, mix by the 3 of spades. All right. We're not folding. He checks.
Yeah, Sam's back, by the way,
Yeah,
so we could run his hand a little bit.
we'll switch over to
I
Sam.
don't think there's any need to bet this hot card.
Okay.
I mean, we can bet, but what do we do?
We're turning
I
it
mean,
into
if we bet here, we're going to bet with the intention of checking back most rivers.
No.
I don't know about that. Let's see how he responds.
Okay.
I
Whose
do like
hand
the
is this
check better,
buster?
But I will agree with you that the check back, because this is a marginally made hand that has showdown, is a good play. I think that's a
Yeah.
fine thing. This is saying that your range is so weak that you're monkey betting the flop and you're checking everything that missed on the turn, and I'm betting because everything that missed has 12% against me to make
Yeah.
it on the river. Every hand has 12% against me, and so I'm trying to deny your 12%. That would be my reason. Okay, we get called. Spade comes. He checks.
So what is his calling range? What is range now? So he bet small,
Mhm.
called turn, checked. So he's going to have some. Obviously, he's going to have some spades in here. We like having one. He's going to also have a quickly encircled 7. A lot.
7.
So,
Little
I
too.
just think we have very marginal showdown. I don't know if I want to try to get someone to fold a 7 when we win sometimes. So I think I check back. You could turn this into a bluff,
All right.
but I think I check back a lot.
Okay. What would we do if we wanted to make sure that a 9, 8, and 7 call? Let's say we have the flush here and we want to make sure we have
Yeah, I would bet
7,
usually around between 15 to 20.
15 to 20. Okay. So in an exploitative world where we know what our if we when we know how they play and we know their opponent's tendencies, how big do you want to turn this into a bluff to get 7, 8, and 9 to fold?
I think I would bet around 45 to 50.
Okay. And in a balanced world, does this slot into a bet? Does this slot into a bet in a balanced world?
I think Solar will turn its under pairs, its low pairs into bluffs here sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take a look. All right. And what I did, I have no idea what I did. I decided, oh, I do not like that size. What are you doing?
Yeah, this is kind of mergy.
I don't like that size at all. What are you doing? Oh, I
Yeah.
hate myself. Yeah, okay. I don't think I think that this is bad in the exploitative world. I think this is bad in the balanced world. I think this
Oh,
is
if you were playing live in my player pool, what size would you use here?
your player pool,
Yes.
35.
I think you can just go bigger because they just are going to donk so often, right? I mean, I would have checked the turn. So when I check the turn and then they donk the river and they don't donk the river, we just blast them,
Yeah. All
I
right.
think.
So let's just see in
Let's
a
see
balance.
it.
Let's see what we would do here in a balance, in a world of balance.
Yeah.
He raises, we call with 3s. Flop comes 9 deuce of spades, 7 of clubs. And then Sam, if you're available, we're gonna move to your hands, a couple of your hands, if you're available to talk about them. Okay, here we go. So he bets small, and we, with our 3s, we don't fold any 3s, so it doesn't matter. You don't need to care about the importance of a spade because we just don't fold yet. Okay, we call. Turn is the 8 of diamonds. Okay. He does whatever he does, and in this case, he checks
Checked.
the so he has so he picks up, he loses to an 8 and a 9, but he picks up a straight draw to go with his 7, so he's not folding here. That makes complete sense. He should never fold here. And he checks his 10-7 he can check. I mean, it's of hearts, and he mostly checks. Oh my God, this man is playing with RTA.
Hmm.
He checks. What do we want to do with 3s? There's some bluffing. It comes in, and the size that it does it very rarely is small. So we do not like what I did. All right. And what I did is the pot here in this world is 10. So I went to 7. All right. I went to 8. So let's take the bet of 9, which does exist for some of the range, right? The range has some bets of 9. Yeah, plenty. But my hand doesn't do it. That's bad play. There we go. Exploitative world. He calls with his 10-7 easily. And now let's just see what my bluffs do. It's the wrong bluff, but let's see what the bluffs do on the 4 of spades. All right. He checks range at this point. Our flushes, which we indeed have, are mixing between 16, 27 and 24 for a nut flush here. For a 10 high flush, mixing across all 3 sizes. targeting different parts of his range, mostly the pot and over pot, even with the worst flushes.
And like no nut flushes, but going all in as well, right?
Let's see.
Or
Let's grab a nice nut flush here. Very
did
little.
I see that wrong? I
Very
thought ace eight suited. I
little.
thought that
Ace
one.
eight. Ace eight does. It's the one that
Yeah,
does a fair amount. The other ones
yeah.
don't, surprisingly. You'd like the
Right.
ace 10, you'd like him to have a straight. You would like him to have 10 jack. That would be nice for your because but still yeah, the all-ins are uncommon. And I guess the property of ace eight is let's see, ace nine can't do it. Ace nine can't have it. Ace eight is the one that by having his pair, it pushes him off the pairs and maybe puts him on the stronger side of his, that he has more flushes and stuff to continue because he has less eights that checked back. Maybe that's what's going on. I don't think you need to know that, but that might be what's going on with the solver. Ace three, which completely unblocks him from having all the pairs, loves the all in. Loves the all in. Without an ace high flush, queen high flush, here's a queen high loves the all in. All right. And then let's find a bluff here. King 10 is a bluff. And you need a spade. And the size that it wants to bluff is 27. It wants to bluff pot. King 10 blocks the 10 jack, which is good. The king blocks the spades, which is good. And so that's where it comes in and bluffs. And it bluffs at 27. I bluffed at 17, which it doesn't like. And of course, it doesn't like any of this stuff. Sixes is not doing the bluff. So my hand is the equivalent of sixes.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, we filtered him quite extensively here when we choose a big bet on big blind. And we have a sliver of showdown. We're not going to win very often, but
Yeah.
we're against a stronger range.
Yeah, I don't like that play. All right, Sam, do you want to show that do you want to take the screen, or are you on your phone or you're on the computer?
No, I'm on my phone.
Okay, I'll show your hands then. All right, I will bring them up. Let's go to Discord. All right. We will go reverse linear on Sam's hands, unless the order matters. Okay.
I don't think it matters.
Here we go. All right. I'll just take it from here. There's no reason not to. All right. And I do not know what this stupid bug is here. Maybe I'll switch to the other to Chrome instead of Safari for why it's doing this weird thing. All right. So we're playing 1-3 limp to us with the Queen Jack offsuit on the button against limpers.
I don't see your screen.
Okay. Oh, let me reshare the screen. Sorry. Zoom. Share. There we go. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, that was Larry. Josh, what do you
Hi.
want to do here? Josh, what do you want to do here with Queen Jack offsuit on the button to 2 limpers?
I hate Queen Jack. I guess you got to raise it to 4.5,
Okay.
right? Small raise, but I
Okay.
mean,
4.5.
I just hate this particular hand is I really just try and avoid playing it. But yeah, I would raise this. Yeah, I
Okay,
would,
good.
but I wouldn't.
Give me
I'm
the
not thrilled.
Gotcha. Give me the size you want to raise it to.
Free. I guess you'd make it like 12 or something.
Okay. Go bigger than 12 here because you want to account for the dead money also. So go to 16 at least. So the way you're going to do this is you want to make a pot size, you want to raise pot size at least. So pot size is 9 plus 12 plus 15 plus 1 for 16.
Okay.
So that's your pot size here. Out of position, you're going to go pot size plus another 3 at least. So 16 is fine, like that. Does anybody want to call Queen Jack here?
I think I prefer an ISO. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my favorite order for this is going to be fold, then ISO, then call, and not call. And I'm fine with the ISO. Sam,
I don't like to ISO. There's a specific reason
okay, what's your
that I'm
specific reason
silent.
for this one?
It's because they're I was at the table and they're limping quite a bit, like quite trashy.
So they've
And
got 10 deuce suited and they've got Jack 8 offsuit, right?
yeah, like King 6 off. And the first guy shows that he's willing to fold.
Mhm.
And the second guy that I saw, I figure he was willing to fold post flop.
But the hand the play that I like the least with this Queen Jack is to call along with them.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, Josh, you raised to 20 instead of 12, which is fine.
Yeah, that's
And-
fine.
Yep, so there you go. And you got one caller.
Yeah.
All right. And the guy here, by the way, your note on him is he believes he is God's gift to poker.
Yeah, it was talking a lot of trash, sitting down saying, "Oh, I always end up winning." Yada yada yada. Been playing for 30 years. I'm like, whatever.
Good. All right. So he checks you. What would you like to do, Josh?
I guess we bet 20, something like that.
That's what I think. That's
Is that
what
right?
Sam's going to do. In the world, in the Hungry Horse exploitative world, this is an easy bet here. We'll bet and see how he reacts, and we'll bet small like that. In the balanced world, this hand probably
Doesn't exist. There's no balance here.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's no limit, but I'm saying if, in theory, you could take this for a raise. That would be fine. And then against this flop, I think you have a whole lot of continues. We like the two overs and we like the backdoor flush. I mean, the backdoor straight.
Against the big blind, maybe. I don't know.
I think we do this with all the combos that have a diamond. We'll bet, and the combos that don't have a diamond, we won't. That's what I would do here. And we can't check it in a solver because of the limps. Anybody else have a different opinion if they're trying to play balanced here with this hand? All right, we'll take that as a no. So you bet small,
Yeah.
and he calls.
Yeah.
Great. All right, Josh, he called you.
Okay.
And and at this moment, I'm going to ask you. We're going to say what is his range. So tell me what range you think is the calls here, and you can do it in wide
Well,
buckets.
people like to limp a lot of suited trash, right? So I guess he could flush draw. I mean,
Mhm.
some kind of random middle cards they like to limp, you know. So
Yep.
some kind of backdoor draw. He's
Yeah.
maybe a 7 or
Right.
yeah.
Okay, good. And of those, he also has some 8-9, some Jack 8. He has some straight
Yeah.
draws, and some flush draws. All those make sense. He can have
Yeah.
some 5-6 there. He can have 5-8. All those make sense in flexes. What hands doesn't he have?
He doesn't have what, jacks, pocket nines, stuff like that, you know.
Could have pocket nines. Doesn't have a lot of it. But he doesn't have. But the thing we're confident he doesn't have is he doesn't have 10-7. He doesn't have 4-4. He doesn't have 7-7, and he doesn't have 10-10.
Oh, when he calls, yeah.
Yeah, that's what this bet is telling us, and that's going to be very important for how Sam plays the rest of the hand.
Okay.
Do you disagree, Sam? Since you're the one playing the hand,
No.
right? Okay, good.
Bet an amount that they will call with their shit
Right,
and race with the strong shit.
right. Okay. So with that range, he has that. This card is great for the range we just described.
It's
check.
excellent.
It's excellent.
Yes.
He has flushes now. He
He
has
has two pairs, flushes,
he has a straight.
straight, everything.
He has two pairs, and he has a lot of and on all the hands that don't have that now have a pair.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that got there. So what do you want to do?
I would just check it back, I guess.
Okay, that's one way to do it. And the other option is to bet small and let him tell you whether that's what he's got.
Hmm.
And the size you want to bet is a size that he will feel, oh no, that's not enough money if he has a flush. You're trying to get that number. Let's see what Sam does.
Yeah. Okay.
So Sam is betting
Insultingly small.
insultingly small, so that he will never check back, that he will never just call a 9-jack or a flush.
And
Or
I'm betting my range with this hand with
Yeah.
like if I have air, if I have the nuts,
Right.
if I have like a thick value, let's say I have 10-8.
Yeah.
Or a set, this is the only sizing I'll be choosing.
Well, what about with your flushes?
Just the same thing.
Okay, even 9-jack of diamonds. Okay, you're gonna go.
Yeah, 9-jack of diamonds especially.
Okay,
Because that's the uber nuts.
uber nuts, and right, because he's gonna raise his other flushes against you. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And the only thing about this line that makes me uncomfortable is do all the straights raise, or do the straights get scared of the flushes? That's what
Yeah,
I'm-
probably.
That's the problem with this particular hand in this situation. But let's see. So this 25, and then the last thing I'm going to say about this, Josh, is so you checked back, which made sense. You have nothing. You're just kind of giving up on the hand and hoping that a 9, a queen, or a jack comes off, and you can go check, and you can win. If the 9 comes off, you probably don't have to go check. But if a queen or a jack comes off, you do. You do see the logic of why Sam is betting here, right?
Yeah.
Right. And Sam is not concerned with the fact that a 9 gives him a straight. Sam is just saying, if you do not raise me, I have license to bluff you. So while this card was terrible, Sam's not sad when it comes off, because he
No.
still has a plan. And we're going to watch him execute it. Call. King. He checks. All right. So if you bet that 25, which made sense, what do you want to do now, Josh?
I guess you can try and blast it on the king, but
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Now, good. Now, here's the
That's
one thing.
aggressive. Yeah, nice.
Now, Sam is going to blast him. Now, the thing about this is, if you're not going to blast on this king, do not make this bet of 25 here.
Hmm.
Do not bet 25, a small amount that he's going to call with a 10, and then give up. If you're going to give up because you have nothing, and it's okay to give up on the flop, give up on the turn, be done, and hope to hit a queen, a jack, or a 9. Or have another diamond come and have him check to you and use that as your bluffing opportunity. Sam has decided that this guy does not have a flush, probably does not have a straight, and everything has
Doesn't have a set.
and everything has to fold to a big enough bet. So with that in mind, what's the size of the bet, Josh? Because you bet the turn
Well,
in order to bluff the river. What's the size?
well, pot, but since he has a big stack all in, I guess, for him.
That's right. It's all in.
Yeah.
Yep, all in. Yeah.
Yeah.
And exploitatively, it's 441 and not 200.
You think that makes a difference? Yeah.
Very rarely.
Not really.
Very rarely does it make a difference. But if it does, I think it almost never makes a difference the other way.
It looks stronger, doesn't it?
To people who are thinking it makes no difference at all. To people who are not
No,
thinking,
but-
it rarely looks weaker. So why not do it?
It doesn't really matter. I mean,
It's not that important. Some people.
he
I
did
had-
not snap fold. He did tank fold. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure we bluffed him off of some kind of a pair.
Oh yeah. How else did he? How else did he get? How else did he get here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose he could have just an overcard diamond.
Yeah.
Ace nine of ace nine with the nine of diamonds. I mean, sorry, ace nine with the ace of diamonds could get here.
Yeah, seven,
But
9,
yeah,
8, 9,
but he didn't have to think about it. So you can get here with a snap fold hand. But if he thinks about it, yeah, he had
7, 6, 10, 9,
at nine.
something like that.
Fucking big fold with
And do not show your bluff. I don't show.
Don't show your bluff.
No, I don't show my bluff.
No.
What about when they call your bluff?
You show it.
Do you turn
You
over your
show
cards and
immediately.
just table the? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just table him like I'm a
Just table it.
fish.
Right, table it. And every so often, this will happen once every 5 years in your poker career. You will table the bluff and they will fold
Yeah.
because they misread the board.
Yeah.
So table your bluff. Don't say you got me. Don't say good call. Just table your bluff.
Yeah, I just turn them over right away.
Yep. And it doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's free money. It's not that, and that's not angle shooting. It's just
No.
that's the thing. All right. Here we go. And those little things that we just said are not very important. They are once every 5-year things, but why not? All right. What else has Sam got? Here we go. Sam. All right. Up next is PP for life. If you want to turn on your mic, you can. Rain, if you want to turn on your mic, you got a hand. And if you don't come in, then this is going to be Brian, and Brian is going to play like Sam. Okay, Rain.
I lost
So
$800
PP
that day,
or
though.
All right, Rain. Here's your hand. You ready?
yeah, sure.
All right. You have Queen 10, Queen 10.
Right.
So you have 2 pair already. All right.
Omaha.
Okay. All right. So let's start with Rain. What should you do with Queen 10 here?
I mean, shouldn't you be folding Queen 10
Hell
off?
yeah. Right. So we start with this as a fold. Good.
Yeah.
Sam,
Yeah.
there's a reason that you decided to 3-bet him. What was it?
He was opening king 4 off from that position.
Okay. Good
And
enough.
he is an aware player. He was winning at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much folding.
Was he on happy tilt?
Not really. He wasn't talking. Kind of like cold face, but I saw a couple hands that was like way too wide, like king 4 off. The hand before when he opened king 4 off, I flatted him with 9s.
Okay.
It was 3-way. Somebody else donk out on Jack. It was Jack 10.
Right.
Somebody donked and then he flats, and then I call behind, and then the turn came a king. The guy donk again, and then he calls again. Now I know my hand was no good, so I called the guy. The guy from the blind donked the third time on the river, and he has ace 6 offsuit on a king Jack 10 board.
Okay. So those
King Jack 10 X board. The
Right.
guy floated him with king 4 offsuit. I called him correctly on the first bet, and then I folded on the second barrel.
Yeah. So I think those are all reasons to expand your 3-betting range a lot. Here's my argument. I'm going to say that you're better off being just a little more patient and expand your 3-betting range this way. So here's the normal 3-bet range, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good, right? There. So you want to expand against him? Let's fill in all these to 100% before
True.
we go to this bullshit.
True.
Yeah, I agree with your exploit. And you
I should have
shouldn't
3-bet with the 9s, but I didn't
Yes.
know what was going on.
No, you didn't know. So now that you've got this in mind, you've got this picture in your mind of how you're going to play against this guy. I agree. and you're going to do it wide. And here's how wide I think you can go. Ace 3 suited pure, King 6 suited pure, 8 suited pure, long before you get to your fucking Queen 10 off.
Yeah.
There's just that this is similar to playing the 5-9 off because you're bored. Or
Yeah.
here's the part that I will justify it with. This is also similar to opening any two cards on the button against fishy players because you believe you can outplay them post flop.
Yeah.
But his range, which looks nothing like this. Okay, this is not his range. We've determined this.
Way too wide.
Right. Yeah, he's playing way wider than this. But his range is still more like, it's like this. It's more like this than it is any two cards. It's more like this. All right. And in position, okay. All right. Fuck me. But, but, but unfuck me on this. You've still got the button, small blind, and big blind left to play.
Yeah.
And your cutoff Queen 10 offsuit, just with that in mind, is at the bottom of this. So
Yeah.
let's
I don't disagree.
Yeah. So if you're going to
Yeah.
expand, let's at least go Queen Jack and let's give him a button range. Let's do this. But except you're in position. So, all right, give him, against the cutoff range, so certainly you can certainly you can 3-bet him like this. I got no problem with all this. And there's a little Queen Jack in there. But
Yeah.
let's just not do Queen 10. So there we go. All right. There's my lecture. The only person who I don't need to ask if anyone disagrees, because clearly the only one who disagrees is Sam, because he did.
I don't disagree.
All right. So
I
you
don't. I honestly don't. But
right.
I'm
But-
just saying, like, there's a reason for me doing this.
Yep. Those are your reason is good. Your reason is
Yeah.
good. And I was just talking about calibrating the response to the reason. But here you are, Rain. You got called. We're going to play the hand as best we can. Hey, that's
Right. Well,
all right.
at least a decent flop, right?
Yeah.
Um,
And if you have to, in your own
So-
head, justify this, your hand is Queen 10 of hearts, by the way, if you need it to be.
right.
Because you would be here with Queen 10 of hearts. So now you've got Queen 10 of hearts. You played it perfectly up till now. What do you want to do?
So it looks like a decent c-bet.
Mhm.
And the board connects pretty well with us. So I'd go probably like 2/3 or 3/4 pot.
Okay. That makes sense. I think Sam is going to bet. Sam, you're going to bet small here on the theory of capping his range, right?
Well, I'm always betting small in a 3-bet pot because I need the stack depth.
Yeah. Okay. But this board seems like a fine board to do what you did with and with the Queen 10 of hearts. We'll look at the end. We will look at this in
Yeah.
solver because we can for exactly that reason with Queen 10 of hearts. Okay. So Sam goes about a third, gets called. So Rain, at this point, what do you think this guy's range is? And you can do it in broad buckets if you want.
Right. So may like I find it quite hard to like talk about the stuff because I'm not very practiced in talking about it. But I mean, he probably has some decent hand.
Okay. So
Do you think do you think when I 3-bet him pre-flop, what does he call with?
Um,
He's opening
He's opening very
let's say
wide,
like
right?
let's say he's opening like 50% of hands.
But then you 3-bet him.
Yeah. What does he do with aces? We're kind of deep.
Yeah, I mean he's probably like he might even 4-bet some of his best hands.
Yeah.
But like he probably has quite a few high card hands.
Yeah. What does he do with like king queen offsuit? I suspect this guy
I
is
mean,
like not folding.
yeah, I mean he should be folding king queen offsuit
Yeah.
pre-flop, but he might not be folding that.
What does he do with his pocket pairs? What do you think? What
Pocket
kind of deep?
pairs probably calling.
Pocket
If he has,
deuces.
Yeah.
I mean pocket deuces, I think he might actually be like folding to a bit bet on this board.
Right. But he might.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
We're
pre-flop.
saying how he got here. He got here.
Right.
So his range before he does the call includes deuces, threes, fours, maybe not deuces, but it definitely includes fours, fives, sixes, sevens, eights, right? He probably doesn't have
Right.
pocket kings, so he probably doesn't have a set of kings. He might have a set of jacks, but let's say half the time he four bets his jacks, half the time he just calls them. So he could have some jacks, probably even more than that. They probably call jacks more than they four bet them here. So probably doesn't have kings, could have jacks, definitely could have fours. Shouldn't have king jack offsuit, should have king jack suited, and probably does have king jack offsuit based on how he played. Probably
Right.
doesn't have king four offsuit, definitely doesn't have jack four offsuit.
Ace
So
jack, ace 10,
yeah,
all the suited broadways like
yeah,
queen jack suited,
queen
jack
10,
10,
yeah,
9 10.
right. And then he's got hands like 7-8 suited and
Yeah, 7 8 suited, pocket fives through pocket tens.
right. When he calls here, a bunch of those hands folded. He folded 8
Right.
here, right? Things like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at this point in the broadest of buckets, he has some
He
jacks.
has like one pair hands,
Yeah,
like
yes,
one like a second king in his hand or second jack, something like that.
jack X,
Or
king
or
X
may,
are there.
or maybe queens he probably doesn't have anymore, but maybe tens,
Yeah.
tens,
Tens.
nines.
Yeah.
Ace
So,
high, straight draws.
so he's got some straight draws, probably not a lot of backdoor flush draws that don't have a straight draw, and he's got a lot of single pair hands. That's what he's got a lot of here. So that's our broad bucket for him right now. He's got a lot of single paired hands, and he's got a lot of Broadway-ish draws. And of his single paired hands, a lot of them have a Broadway card with them. King 10, King Queen, Jack 10, Jack Queen. Hands like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's our broad thing just right now. He doesn't have 5-6 anymore. He doesn't have 5-5 anymore. And the important thing is he doesn't have 4-4 or Jack Jack. That's the important thing.
Though he might, so
But we're
he might. We don't like on these kind of boards. I'm not quite sure.
okay.
Haven't played with this guy,
Right.
but he seems
Yeah.
to be capable of not check raising
Okay.
with pocket
So
fours.
maybe he has pocket fours.
Yeah, maybe.
But he doesn't have 5-6 of diamonds. We don't need to worry about that coming in.
No.
All right, good. So he checks again. So Rain, what do you want to do now? He called you.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to open the action in this case, like see a free river card.
Okay.
See if we can like improve.
That is a fine way to play. His jack, when he has a king here, you get to realize your equity. When he has a jack, you get to realize your equity. There's nothing wrong with that play. That play is good. I don't know if it's the best play. It's a good play. Now, Sam, I'm going to assume that you're going to bet again here, and you're going to bet an amount. You're going to bet an amount that now makes him again not ever check the few pocket fours and pocket jacks that he got here with. The very few, you're going to make sure that they raise now.
Let's say we had like queen 10 of diamonds. I would consider like betting.
Gotcha.
Right, because we have like quite like
Yeah.
quite a little equity, with potential draws.
Yep. Exactly. That's really good. Sam though is not thinking about Sam's hand. Sam is going to think about his. So the fact that Sam has a straight draw here is just a happy coincidence, right, Sam?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're gonna bet here, and
Yeah.
with
So
that,
there's two ways on this,
yeah,
like, cause I wasn't deep enough. I thought about it. I remember this hand in game. It's like usually the second barrel, it's a big one.
yeah,
And I thought if he had king queen here, if I bet big, he's just not gonna fold. And then I don't have enough on the river to bluff him off that hand.
yes,
And I
yeah,
don't think I just don't think a king is gonna fold.
yeah,
And then on top of that, because of the like the drier texture on this board, because it's rainbow board, I thought he could have some slow play on the flop, like king jack, like a set of jacks, that kind of stuff.
hmm,
So that's why I decided to choose a smaller sizing. Because normally you would go small, and then because they're flop, and then because they're capped, and on the turn they're elastic. They're inelastic, meaning it doesn't matter what size you bet, they're just gonna call you. That's when you bet big.
but you can't bet big here.
Yeah, given if you had enough stack depth behind to bet big on the turn, then to jam the river to get him to fold a single pair hand. But I don't think I have that here. Given that stack depth and then the board texture is sort of on the dry side, I just chose a smaller sizing just to get him to race off.
Yeah. So I have a question about that now. So I'm thinking in that terms. So when I do this, my first thought would be, I want to go slightly bigger than half pot, and I can't. If I go to 100, it's too big because that's going to
Yeah,
354 in the pot. And I only have 326 left. If I go
yeah,
75, pot becomes 300, and I've got 350 left, and that still seems like not enough. I think I got to go.
yeah,
I think I got to go down to 50 or 60 here.
yeah. That's exactly what I did.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So thinking and yeah. So this 60. So the way that you were going to play it, Rain, makes total sense based on your hand. Do you see why this 60 makes sense if we're just thinking about his hand? Do you see what this 60 does for us?
I mean, it leaves enough of the like enough of a stack behind that the river bet is big enough that he could be scared of it.
Yes.
Yeah, you could make him fold like a single pair hand, and then you give him a chance to race off again with a strong hand because your bet is small.
Right.
It's kind of related to betting an amount that the opponent has around the same amount left that's in
Yeah.
the pot at the
Yeah.
river, but the other way around.
Exactly. We're specifically not going 2E. We're going anti
Yeah.
2E to generate the fold. And the and we're not trying to get a king or a jack to fold right now. We don't want a jack to fold. We want it to fold on
No,
the river. And
yeah,
we really want him to have a jack because the king may not fold to this line. It might.
I don't think so.
It's got to
Not
be
with
a
this
bad
guy.
chance.
I don't
But
think
the
so.
jack, but the jack's going to fold. We can get a jack to fold to
Uh,
this line. So that's all good. Now here's the one problem with this line in this very specific case, Sam, I think. And tell me what you think about this. Our particular hand doesn't really want him to raise off his strong shit right now because we don't really want to fold out all the equity we have. We have a lot of equity.
yeah,
And this bet to accomplish the main thing that this bet is to accomplish, we may not want to accomplish in this case. So
yeah,
that's that's pushing me a little bit more to wanting to to thinking about playing my hand instead of his hand here.
yeah,
Playing Rain's line. But I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I'm just saying that if you had Queen 9 here, I love this.
yeah.
I love this if you have Queen 9. Okay. All right. He calls. Great. We know what we're doing on almost every river. And
Be surprised.
okay. And I think we don't want to do it on a Jack River, right?
I don't. Yeah, Jack would be
I don't
probably like
yeah,
the
I don't want to do it on
worst fucking card.
I don't think we're, and I don't think we want to do it on a king either because I think the jack gets sticky if the king comes. So if we get a king or a jack, I think we have to give up this nonsense. Let's see what we get. King. Woof. I said I wanted to give up on the king, but now I don't want to. All right. Rain, what do you
No,
want to do?
there's
I,
no
I
give up.
I telegraphed it. What do you want to do, Rain?
Well, I mean, you could have an argument that we've been playing as though we had a king, right?
I mean, like, why did I show? Why am I a fucking idiot? I
Oh,
apologize, Sam, for
I I
showing.
I, I I actually missed the cards that he had,
Good. Okay, good. Okay, go through your logic.
uh, but so we think like
You always got to think in terms of their range. What is their range
yeah.
now? What are you trying to do? They just don't look at your hands.
For a second. Yeah, I love what you did here, Sam. Oh my God. I never would have thought of it. That's so good. All right. So, Rain, think about so with this in mind, the reason when you took this line on the turn, when you made this,
Yeah,
you were in once again, this is the other way of playing it. So rather than trying to realize your equity, you are trying to do this
set them
because
up to
you have
to
evil intentions on the deuce of spades. You are jamming on the deuce of spades.
yeah.
Okay. You are jamming on the deuce of spades. You are probably not we don't know what you're doing on a jack. And then the king was weird. And I said that the king was bad here. And
And then you said that it wasn't, or at least that you were like your opinion was that you changed your opinion
right. I
during your
so
vote, but
so tell me what your thought process is. When you see the king here, what are you thinking? And then we'll go for what we do. But just what do you think about the king? How does it affect all the ranges interacting? Talk to me about the king.
I mean um it does make it less likely that he has a king of his own, of course, right?
Right?
I see Dean's comments like that it blocks that there's only like one pair of king queen, like suited king queen left, because we have a queen as well.
Catch up. Here we go.
Um,
So let me see here. What would it? Oh, it's going to open. I don't know. So when I look at this, my thought is that I've been repping a king um, all this time. But if he has a king, because before we were thinking if we jammed, some of his bad kings fold, right? Usually
yeah,
we probably can't get a king to fold, but we might. A bad king we might get to fold. Now you're never going to get a king to fold. So
right,
your jam is stupid. You can never get a king to fold. We were trying to get a jack to fold. And on a deuce, a jack is going to fold a lot. When the king comes, the jack is going to think like you did and go, well, he has fewer kings. If I was going to bluff against the
right.
call, I was beaten
And he
by,
also has two pairs as well, so he has a better hand. So they got more sticky. At
yeah,
least that's something I've heard you
exactly.
say.
Exactly. If for some strange reason he was betting 4-7 this whole time, which had me beat, it doesn't have me beat anymore. If I was beat by a king, what do I care if I'm beaten by trips or just a king? I don't care how badly I'm beaten. I'm just beaten. But you're now less likely to have the king. So I think a jack will call the jam more often when this king comes. So now the other part of our target range is gone, right? So we can't get a king to fold, and we might not be able to get a jack to fold.
Right,
So our major targets for our bluffs are gone. So we cannot bluff jam this river anymore, right?
right.
Right.
Okay.
So this is my thought. So I'm going to ask you with that in mind. I've walked you through this. What do you want to do on the river? Now that our main bluff targets are dead.
I mean, we have very, very little value, so
Right.
probably just give up and check.
Right. And here's where Sam is a fucking genius in this hand. Because I agree with you entirely. I gave up on this river. But then I forgot. Do we have much showdown value here?
No,
No. Does
and
he
he's
does he ever
he's
have ace queen or ace 10 here?
For sure.
For sure. Does he ever have queen 10 here?
Yeah,
For sure.
probably.
Does he ever have, yeah, does he have those hands? What would it take?
He might even have like pocket eights, pocket nines with a
He might,
diamond
he
in
might.
them.
Let's start with, but let's start with that. What would it take to make an ace queen fold?
You
This
just
question
need to
to rain.
just need to breathe on the pot.
Right. What's the size? What size would an ace queen, ace 10, and queen 10 fold to? All of which help us. We like that. What size do you have to bet
Right.
them to fold?
Probably not too much, because if it would require like a big bet, then it wouldn't be profitable.
Right. So,
So it's probably um probably like half pot or something.
okay. All right. Half pot or something. Sure. Like 130. Um, what size does would we have to bet to get a strangely played pocket tens, pocket nines, pocket eights to fold?
Uh, not sure.
Probably about the same half pot. Probably. Give yourself pocket eights here. Do you want to call another 130 on this board?
No.
Right. So if you have to think, if when you're trying to think of how much to fold, until you have a good model of how they play, just put yourself in their position and say, what would I do with pocket eights here? And use that as your start. Use that as your starting point.
Right.
Right. So there is a principle, we call it the Matt Affleck principle, that on the river, whether it's bluffs or value, in position, you don't bet less than half the pot. And it has to do with
Yeah. No, because you're reopening the action. Yeah.
right. So that's that's a perfectly fine reason to go 135 here. Okay. Sam, by the way, does not ascribe to the Matt Affleck rule and merely says, I want to get ace 10 to fold, and ace 10 will fold for 80. Okay. Let's see if that's the case. If 80 is enough to get ace 10 to fold. I think, by the way, I think the number is 100, not 80. Okay, and I got to go pick up that phone. So there we go. And he folds. We never know what he folded.
He
But
tanked folded, so
oh,
he
great.
tanked for quite
You
a
might have gotten,
while.
you might have gotten a jack to fold.
Yeah, it might have.
All right. I'm gonna.
And I'm like, I after the hand, I'm like thinking about calling with Queen Jack, and he goes, yeah, that's a good price for a Jack.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nice.
He definitely folded the better hand, so
Yeah. Oh, well, definitely you folded a better hand. Okay. And I got to go, you guys, because I've got a con call now. Bye. Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I mean, I'll see you Friday. Bye.
all right.
Brilliant.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes.